No, we
Raven,
were
you're muted.
crumbling. I we I sold the
And we are
wheelchair.
live.
Man, you can't have shit.
Hello, hello.
Oh
Hello.
God, what
We
happened?
were discussing how Siva doesn't have stairs anymore. Someone stole them.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Someone took
No.
our front stairs.
What?
They came with a jackhammer at 8 a.m. and took our cement front stairs.
What
Yep.
the actual?
They're getting the front stairs replaced, so the
Oh,
construction men came and took them.
oh, got
Kinda
it.
watched Zara's
Okay.
confused expression though.
It really is. We were
I was
having
gonna
fun.
say,
That
I was
first
like, what
step
the
out
heck?
The door is a real killer. I have a sign on the front door that says, "Remember, there are no stairs."
Yeah, there's like a 5-foot drop if you open the front door.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
This is fine. This is totally fine.
You need stairs when you're in space.
Yeah.
There just needs. That just sounds like the perfect excuse to set up a zip line.
That, too.
Dude, zipline would be
Want
fun.
zip lines. No, no.
Why not? Zipline could be
No.
fun.
No. We already had to deal with a power line between two posts outside. We're not dealing with it again.
That's fair.
Well then. Hi everybody. How y'all
Hello.
been?
We good? How are you?
Working.
Excited to be back to some D&D
Yeah. Yeah.
because Rojan's been working a lot.
It's summer. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
It's summertime.
apologizing in advance, but there is going to be a couple games to where I am not going to make because summer is a very busy time for my job.
Yeah.
We get it. It happens.
On the plus side,
Yep.
won't miss any of the weekend games. So I don't work the weekend.
Hey, that is a plus.
That's
But
true.
they're not so much overtime
So
than
they have
making
the
you work the weekend
weekends.
anyway.
Yeah. So
We're happy to have you here today, though.
Yep, I got lucky
Take
because
it.
today was a holiday and they asked for volunteers to work, so I only had to work a normal day today.
that's good at least.
Yay.
That's good. I'm hoping no one can hear my AC unit because 'tis
What?
that time of the year. My AC
No, we
unit.
can't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh
But,
my god.
Chat is asking for you to turn up Siva.
Oh
Quiet.
yeah, Siva was. We did mention
I
that
will-
before we went live. Siva's almost on max for me.
She's just quiet today.
Is it capturing the
Right.
wrong mic again?
I'm not entirely sure what's.
Oh, you're still quiet. Oh my.
Is it capturing
No,
your
it's-
is
It's
oh,
that's the right mic.
Uh-huh.
Tell the sound difference between them.
Maybe you have
Okay.
to get really close to it. Get really close to the mic. I don't know
Does that
how intimate you want to be.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, it does.
Does that help?
Zora?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
it was just slightly outside the vocal cone.
I know I showed this off beforehand,
Yes.
but this is like calling me to be even more of a dice gremlin
Please.
Yes.
because
Do it.
because the only one that is probably about halfway full is the D6.
You need to fill up the rest of them.
Yeah.
It's
To me,
necessary.
that
Buy more
sounds
dice.
Like the,
I'm running out
the
of
good old
bags.
mug of dice.
That sounds like you just need a new bag. That's
So
not,
here's the
you just need
thing.
more bags.
The person I bought my bags from, because
$35.
I
Critical
love
Role.
them. Because she makes really big bags. She just decided to stop making dice bags, which is unfortunate because she was extremely popular. In fact, very early on in Critical Role, I heard Laura Bailey mention her like once, saying where she got her bag from. I looked her up and went, "Oh my god, these bags are ginormous." So I have her bags, and she's out of business now, or she just stopped. So I'm like, well, where am I supposed to get my really nice handmade bags, like big ass
I told-
bags?
I told Cass my plan of buying at least one dice set a paycheck. And she's like,
Oh,
"No,
you're
you
gonna
can't
catch
do
up
that."
to us.
It's like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, I have adult money. I can do that.
That's the problem. You have adult money.
Tilt, what
My
was it
adult
that
money
you
goes to
mentioned?
daycare, but once that stops, I can buy more dice.
See, I don't
was
have
what the-
kids, so I don't have to
Whoa.
worry about that.
What was that? What was what that I mentioned?
Tilt, you mentioned something about when I'm able to officially move in with you. You said you're putting aside a dice fund, and I said I'm not gonna
Yes.
buy dice that often. I was just like, as much as I do, as
No,
much as
no,
I
no,
love
no,
you, I
no,
don't
but
buy
don't-
that
don't-
often. He's like, no, we're having a
We have a dice fund. I know that
Yeah.
you're going to be, buying a lot of them regardless. I'm also thinking of getting a display case for them.
Do that.
It's just a wall. I need a wall.
Yes.
A display case can be wall sized. I have a library that's wall sized. We can make a dice case that's wall sized. That's not a problem
This
with
is very
multiple,
true.
transparent shelving
wouldn't
units so that
complain
all of
about-
them can shine and be pretty. We can even put lights in
Mm-hmm.
the upper and side parts so that it's constantly shining lights directly on the dice and making them reflect and stuff. Not a
And
problem.
then I demand that her desk be in front of it so we can oogle it and ooh and ah every time she's
Yeah.
on camera.
Actually, we can mount it on the wall behind where her computer setup is going to be, so it'll be in the backdrop whenever she's streaming.
God,
We
so
can do
everyone
that.
can see it.
Perfect.
I'm
mean-
planning a day trip to go down to Kraken because their shop is in Chula Vista.
Yeah.
So I could just
I'm
hop on
jealous.
the
Yeah.
I could hop on the train, go down to San Diego, down to Chula Vista, and just come back with a horde of dice. So I may do that one day.
They
Do
go to
it,
conventions too.
And tell us how
sometimes.
awesome it is.
And then I found my favorite mug while I was cleaning a bit of my room during my lunch today. My TF2 coffee mug.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, yeah. So as we mentioned before, games might be slightly far and few in between. Granted, the Mass Effect games, once we get past this arc, episodes that don't require Brockus's immediate character upfrontness, that we can technically do a session or two without him. But
I
yeah,
swear
as
to
of right
God,
now.
I swear to God, if you fight any more giant monsters while I'm away, that's the only time it happens.
So, I didn't
Yeah.
tell you, but we were planning, a trip to Chichanka while you were away, and we're gonna go, thumping for some Thresher moths,
Only when Brockus isn't around though.
Percent.
I forgot what those giant metal creatures are called. They remind me of like metal thresher maws that fly through the air in Mass Effect Andromeda. But there's a lot of them on New Tachanka. And obviously, the early level, they're a pain in the ass, so I think of that every time now. But yes, so we do have a couple of birthdays. Because I have my cheat sheet here. I mean, for one, it is my bestie's birthday. So, happy birthday, Gila Tam. It was literally yesterday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And then, of course, in just a couple more days, it's gonna be Siva's birthday.
Mm-hmm. It's coming up here soon.
So,
And Stephen, don't worry. After a certain point, you just start aging backwards.
Oh, good.
and then in a couple
I
of
think it
weeks,
started already.
it'll be Tilt's birthday. But actually,
Aw,
quick
she
heads up,
remembered my birthday.
it's 4th of July.
It's hard to
America's
forget.
birthday.
I
It's kind
mean,
of hard to
true,
forget.
Why does that fit so well? With all the
America.
Senator Armstrong shit posts, your birthday is 4th of July.
Nano machines, sir.
Here's
You are
Here's-
the most America Canadian ever.
Who was
And he's
born
French.
in France and has
He's
absolutely
French.
nothing to do with America, but here we go, right? Here we are.
This is the most we've celebrated his birthday. So yeah, because of that, he is planning on coming out, and because it is a holiday weekend for us Americans, we will be going in the middle of the woods camping. Pretty much, was it July 3rd? So that's Thursday night. So no Mass Effect in a couple weeks, just as a quick little heads up. Because I want to be camping, fools. Celebrating, yes, America, but my hub's birthday. So,
You and
yeah.
nature, I swear.
I love
You can celebrate
camping.
his birthday by playing D&D.
Do you know what I got my dad for Father's Day? I did the stereotype thing. No, not a tie. No, not barbecue stuff. I do that for Christmas. I got him so much fishing stuff because he hasn't fished in like 2 or 3 years. He loves fishing. I love fishing, and this was my way of doing a little friendly push. Like, Dad, we should go fishing. I love
I mean,
nature.
I
If
will
he's
say,
not- oh.
fishing is the only thing I agree with.
Look, if he's not against it, I'm down to fish and I will cook what I catch. Like, I will actually eat the stuff.
Yeah, I know it sounds weird coming from a nerd going, oh my god, outside. It's one of the few things I like to do outside. Is camping.
Yeah.
So, technically, his birthday card pull will happen next Mass Effect, but we're getting 2 pools today. I'm
You
working on
laugh
my
like we're
evil
not
laugh.
excited about doing it.
I know, right?
There's some of us that are terrified of the deck, and there's some of us that just embrace the chaos.
Yep, pretty
I have children, and I
much.
embrace chaos.
There's more chaos goblins here than not.
Chaos
Yeah.
machine, son.
This is very
Yes.
true.
Here we go
Very
again.
true. So yeah, so we're gonna go in order of birthdays. So, Gilly, you are the first one up to pick from the deck.
How many cards?
It was 54? 54.
54? I thought it was 60 something. Okay,
No.
it's fine. Let's go the 5th one from the top.
I thought everybody paused.
That was a very long, awkward.
Me too, man. Same.
Look, it was a
Can't do
very
that.
long,
Look, I was
awkward
pulling up
pause.
the number generator because I don't have the 55-sided die.
we were
Look.
talking about like technical difficulties and stuff before we started. I thought something happened.
I kind of was like, this is way too quiet. What's happening? Let's see here.
Poor shell hand.
Let's see here.
Cost them to refresh.
Ooh. It's
I
been
don't know
a
if I
long,
like that.
It's been a long, long time since I think this has even popped up. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like you get a gift from the Prothean Ether as you get a weapon or armor of my choosing.
Okay.
Let me take a look of your thing here. Let's
You
take a
do
look.
that while I actually open my notes for.
Yeah, I mean you don't do a lot of things with your weapon. You're more power based.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
I don't remember what weapons I have, to be honest. That's how much I use them.
You got a basic bitch pistol.
I don't use it.
I know you don't. So you know what? I'm gonna. Ooh, you have Liberator body. Yeah, we're gonna give you an armor. Okay. I did think of some stuff ahead of time. Let me pull this up. Some of them are for
Liberator
specific
armor and
people.
I do have some boots as well that I'm already wearing.
Yeah. Okay. Some of these I've pre-made because they don't pop up as frequently as I'd like. So I'm like, ooh, okay. Yes. So, you, because you're kind of technically where you guys left off, you're kind of in the middle of like boarding a ship heading off to infiltrate the other ship. So, Athelia kind of magical girls at this moment. As you get a new bodysuit that
Okay.
appears. Let's see, Liberator, it's already a +1, so you know this is going to be a +2 armor. Let's get your poor little,
Yay, I can have an
Weak.
AC of 15.
let's get your AC up a little bit. Let's give you +2 armor on this one. So, I've named it myself. It's called the Wonder Twinned Power Bodysuit.
Okay.
While wearing this armor, when you cast a spell at level 2 or lower, it splits and duplicates, creating a second one being cast simultaneously to target another creature you can see. This
read
does
that
not
real
expend an additional power slot at all, as this mimics the twinned spell feature in D&D. You can use this feature twice per long rest.
Yeah, I went to start writing that as you were talking. I went, no.
You're like, you
Those
know
words
what?
came too fast.
You know what? This is why I pre-write shit down. I'm gonna copy and paste it to you. I got you, girl.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I got you. Let me just. The Wonder Twinned Power Suit. You can rename it if you want, but that's what I named
Nope,
it.
it's now the Wonder Twin Power Suit. That is what it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that works. You needed a small
That's gonna
little
be
bump
fun.
anyway. My little wizard.
I'm checking, but I'm fine.
You're basically a space wizard. You and Riley both. All right. Speaking of soon to be birthday girl, which card do you want, my dear?
I would like the 37th card from the top.
I think I split these last time to make it easier for me, but this is on me. This is on me.
You asked
You,
for
cho-
this.
you chose this.
I did. I did.
This, the things I put together. Right beneath the triple.
Ooh, we've had the negative one of this for a while, but I don't think we've ever had the positive one. Okay. Okay. Let me have this open real quick. Siva, can I have you roll me a d6, please?
Ooh.
Four.
4. Oh, that works. Amazing for you. Okay. Your intelligence score permanently increases by 2. Which
Did
that is
she
like
run on int or charisma?
she runs
Yeah,
on
she
int.
runs on-
Intelligence.
Everything just went up.
So you now have an 18 intelligence.
Yeah.
Nice.
The only reason why Athelia still runs on charisma is because that was the old way of how Asari worked.
My character would break.
But because we were like 30 episodes into the series before they changed it to wisdom, I think, for your spellcasting stuff, no matter what class you were, I was like, nah, just keep it. We're not breaking your character after this many episodes. Just stick it with charisma.
I would have had to respec the whole thing or have a really low intelligence.
Yeah. So, so I think if I remember correctly, I think adepts are based off of wisdom, but your character being a scientist, you have a lot of intelligent based stuff too. So it was going to be a win-win
Well-
depending if you rolled that or wisdom.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my tools here. My chemist supplies run off of wisdom, but my tinker's tools run off intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have a handful, like almost all of your stuff, your skills are wisdom and intelligence. So at least you got a bump in that. So yeah, so your intelligence goes up to 18.
Back when they made the new they updated the Asari is what happened. Because
Yeah.
the adept had always run off of wisdom, but the Asaris, if we had an option to run off your charisma instead,
I
when they
think
redid the Asari, they took that out.
to be completely honest, it makes way more sense for them to be wisdom based. I know
It does.
they're public speakers and stuff like that, but wisdom made way more sense for their race.
Well, it was also weird because based on your age and where you were in the Asari aging range thing, you got 3 options of where you were changed what you used as your main modifier.
Yeah.
So for Athelia's age, she was charisma based, but if she had been, matron or something like that, she would have been wisdom based.
Yeah,
So.
now it's just flat wisdom for Asari when they did the change. So, but again, you were pretty far in the character, and you legitimately built your character to be charisma based because of that. On top of it, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck your character over just because they decided to change the stat. So
Yeah, because it would have really fucked her over at the time. Completely, because she could do at that time one good thing.
So we're playing wrong, but not really. We're playing old rules, I should say.
It does give me a +12 to science rolls.
Ooh, nice.
I like it.
Even better.
Always nice to get a nice little boost.
So yeah, so because I have it open real quick, we're just gonna quickly change this. So we got a 15, and that there AC boost.
Squishy.
Look, any AC boost as a squishy character is a win in my book.
100%.
Both you and Siva are the squishies.
Yeah, and I see my power casting ability is wisdom, but as I say, there
Yeah.
are times when the intelligence is not very nice.
But yeah, it works out because you're wisdom and intelligent based as far as like how you play the character, so it works out. So yeah, all right, those are updated. All right. So the cards are good to go. If I don't do it now, I will forget. This is how I work. Okay. So yeah, Fox should be joining us in the nearest future. They had to work late, so we will have Fox join us. No, it's not because his character's not there. That actually kind of is funny now that I think about it, for those who saw last episode. No, he will be playing Asilia. So he doesn't feel like he's like, oh, you can't be in like 1 or 2 episodes. Sorry. No. We don't disclude people. We find ways to mix them in. So yeah, so HB Fox will join us shortly. Whenever he can, so we'll add him to the mix. So I will just NPC Asilia in the meantime. But last where we left off, you guys split the party. No, more like it was the party and then Vera. But Vera felt the need to reach out to a friend, and one you have all met before, Brockus sure remembers, as they went to a little secluded place to meet where they had a very interesting chat, learned some things about each other, to the point to where Vera invited them to kind of join their side. They were technically not on any side, but to try to convince them to do something bigger and better for the universe. Some information was exchanged, and with what she could gather in the meantime, Vera was able to take off and make her way back to the meetup point where you guys say you were going to meet back, at least. Of course, being on a shuttle, granted a higher end shuttle, so she'll get there faster than normal and can handle the mass relays. The problem is it'll still take probably about 2 to 3 days before she will successfully reach you guys. You guys continued on, going through another mass relay to a place where a distress call was sent out. Brockus's daughter reached out saying that their ship was infiltrated, and after getting additional information, decided to sort of sneak in, as it seems like they've kind of been adrift for a while. Seems like it's kind of been a slow process, though it's not entirely sure why. But you were confirmed that you can go in and pretty much kill the enemy as much as you want, unless you wanted to keep one to interrogate, to at least ask why. But their first priority is to save the civilians, the diplomats, and all the other survivors, basically, on board. Brock is, of course, learning that the people that infiltrated the ship were Vorcha. Brock is having some history with the race. Gave you guys a little pep talk. Basically pulled a Bender and said, "Kill all humans, but kill all Vorcha," and show no mercy. Before Acilia and the rest of the crew decided to board this very small shuttle with a cloaking feature to get you guys in nice and quiet so you guys can get into the ship. And Brockus, I am going to assume that you are the one driving this ship.
Yeah, I think that was the case. Is they gave him the proverbial keys to the car.
Yes.
You know, said go
Pretty
do a war
much.
crime.
Pretty much. Well, you volunteered for the war crime, let's be honest. So yeah, let me just, I didn't realize I had this open. My computer's also been very slow and wonky, so if there's a lot of pauses during this stream, I do apologize, guys. There's just a lot of technical issues happening right now, so there we go. Okay. Okay. So you were given a hint by an old Asari commander. She's a matriarch now. She told you that there was maybe a couple ways to get in, but kind of leaves it up to you guys. Do you have anyone kind of keeping an eye out right now? Is anyone scanning for anything? What is anyone doing to try to see how they're going to infiltrate this ship?
Did she remind me, because it's been a while? Did she mention any sort of like stealthier option of getting into ship?
She did. She did say that there was a couple of ways to get on the ship without being noticed, without blasting it. I'm trying to remember if she gave you anything on top of that. She would let you know that there are a couple of... I may have missed this, so I apologize. She would have provided that there are a couple of holes on the ship that, thanks to technology, they were able to kind of block it off with kind of like a shield or bubble to kind of seal it temporarily until they can get the ship fixed, so it doesn't just... things don't blow out into space. When they first infiltrated this ship that they were able to spot. So they did say that there were some... They didn't necessarily tell you where the locations were. They just said that there were some holes, so you guys at least could find a way to get on. This stealth ship, because of how tiny it is, you guys don't have quite a proper way to get on, like most ships where they kind of have like a bridge or something to connect you guys between ships. You would basically have to kind of shoot yourselves out real quick to get to the door, which is possible because you guys do have helmets that technically do have air in them. Granted, you can't stay in space forever, but you guys could easily kind of jump, if you will, from the ship to the hole, depending on where you guys are able to find it, and go from there.
Yeah. So who is on the who is scanning, since Brockus is piloting right now? Did anybody volunteer up for that?
I think last
no.
I checked, you guys had me on generator / hour.
I mean, Lydia probably can, but she's more used to the communication systems, not really the scanning systems. It might be better if
That's true.
one of our more techie people do it.
Which, to be
I'm just
fair,
here to blow
communication's
things up.
not working. Or not advisable.
No, communication does not help right now.
Yeah, no. Communication would actually make it worse. What was that, Jamar? I'm sorry?
Oh, I'm just here to blow things up. I do not do any other system work.
Reminder: this
I
unit
mean-
does not.
I
This
think
unit
Brock
does not require oxygen. Go ahead.
I think Brock is gonna look over his shoulder and just be, I don't care who it is. Somebody get on the damn scanners. We need to find a one of those holes that we were told about. We get in that way instead of trying. The back
Sure.
door is more than likely locked.
Sure. What would I roll to do scanners then?
It wouldn't be a bad idea to have someone try and hack into their systems and get us an idea of where people are located in the ship. We might not know who's where, but we can find clusters. Assume those systems are still online.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Like I said, if nobody else is gonna do it, I'm willing to do the whole scanning thing.
What?
Okay.
What is that skill based off of to do that scanning?
This would be electronics. It's something
May
every
I-
ship is capable of doing, so it's not really like hacking anything.
May I once again offer my services in this time of need?
Like I said, Brockus doesn't care as long as somebody does it.
Okay. Does anybody else want to roll for it? Is what I'm saying.
No.
Okay. I mean,
That's what we're saying by not answering.
Not if
Okay.
it's based on electronics. No, thank you.
Well,
You don't want to feel you're trying to hack shit.
good news is my electronics are not horrible. Bad news is my dice was, so that's unfortunately just a 10.
Okay, you go ahead and you try to scan the ship, and this ship is massive. The closer you guys get to it, because you guys are kind of just like cruising, you're not like speeding off towards it. You guys are slowly approaching it. The closer you guys get, you realize that this is a very massive ship. This is a huge ship. Definitely meant to transport large numbers of people. It seems to be like there is not enough of electric wavelength kind of emitting off of it for you to pick up anything in particular to do like a complete scan, probably because they tampered with what was going on the inside, as you're not able to pick up anything really to do a full scan of this ship.
report. The ship has been hardened. Scanning is impaired.
All right, guess we're just eyeballing.
Okay.
Affirmative.
So-
And you said the ship was stealth, correct?
The ship you're on, yes.
Okay. Raucus wants to take the ship, like, pretty much around the other ship and just see if he can't spot one of those holes that they were told about.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you can find anything since you are going a manual.
That's a 23.
20. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah. You were able to find a couple of areas, specifically on its underbelly, where you see that's probably how they got in without being noticed. As you do see that there are a couple of spots that look like that they were drilled, because it was kind of like, it's like a perfect circle almost. You notice a nice big one a little bit closer to the back that would probably be a little easier to try and get into if you wanted to kind of like park the ship.
That's probably the best idea. So that way we have a way off once we're done. Yeah, I think at that time then Rox is gonna like pretty much begin to align the ship that they're in with the other ship just to be able to synchronize it before slowly taking the ship into the larger hole.
Okay. All right. You know what? Go ahead and give me a not vehicle handling, but a pilot roll.
$25.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You are able to line it up perfectly, and you eyeball it. You've been doing this for years, being a bounty hunter. As you are able to eyeball it perfectly, so the moment you guys open up the doors, you guys have a very clear and close jump to get through this bubble. As once again, you see kind of like that honeycomb-looking net made out of like a digital shield that is sealing off this hole, so it at least it's like duct tape, space duct tape, that people can go through, but air will not escape from it.
Did you mention that I could take the ship in here to land it?
You can't take the ship in, but you can have the ship parked underneath. The ship that you are approaching is not going anywhere.
Okay.
It's basically anchored. It is stopped. So you can actually park the ship under there unnoticed as a way for you guys to get off if you guys need to leave. This is like the perfect hidey spot that no one will notice.
Awesome. I think as soon as we get that perfect lock on it, Brock is just going to flip everything that he needs to auto, and he's just not even a word to anybody else, gets up, grabs the shotgun, and starts walking back to the bay to just jump onto the ship.
If he says nothing, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We have Omen just standing there waiting for orders.
Okay.
Billy's gonna follow Brockus because you can tell when he's in go mode. We've been here long enough.
We have
She doesn't care about Omen, sorry.
Nor should she.
Omen can fall off the ship for all she cares. I am sorry. I think he's a cool character. She does not.
All right. What about Jamar and Riley?
If Brox is making motions to commit murder, I think we're just going to have to go.
Raleigh would do the same. Now, by any chance, is Omen in Raleigh's line of sight or not? From where we were on the ship.
Well, considering I was in the scanning area, I was probably not far from Brockus when he walked away.
It's a small stealth ship, so everyone can see everyone. It's not like there's hidden rooms or anything.
then yes, you would.
There's a
probably see
bathroom. It's the only way you can
Gotcha.
hide.
Gotcha. No, we do not use the we do not use the waste facilities.
Yeah, even at this point, Acilia's up and kind of the same as Brockus, not a word, very serious mode, kind of cocks her gun and follows Brockus as well. Oh, you're muted. Hit the button! Your new shiny button!
Wrong button. Double muted. Okay. Raleigh, being one of the newer crew members, would follow Brockus and follow the rest of the crew. And if she sees that Omen is not moving in contentious attention, she would indicate that he should probably come.
Yeah, I mean, considering everybody can see everybody.
If she sees him and he's not moving.
Well, considering everybody can see everybody, if you do mention for him to come, he will follow. He'll fall in step and follow.
Okay.
Yep, we are following.
All right. So, when you open up the hatch, I'm assuming beforehand you guys put on your helmets and activate the shield on the helmets. I'm hoping.
I think at this point in time, that's just second nature.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm just making
it's like
sure.
tying your shoes. It's like tying your shoes. We've all been to space enough times to know that we can't breathe in space.
Well, I mean, Omen can, but, robot stuff.
Omen doesn't
This
breathe, so
unit does
technically he
not
does
breathe.
not.
I do not breathe in space because this unit does not breathe.
Exactly. So it is a small jump. Thanks to Brockus parking it, it is a very low DC, but I am gonna need some dex or athletic rolls from you guys.
Okay.
And you know what? I forgot I'm playing as Acelia right now, so let me actually pop her.
Oh god, please don't space Cecilia.
Oh god. Oh no, her
Again.
she's proficient in athletics, so unless I roll really shitty. Let's do this. Okay. You're gonna use a cantrip, I see.
For you to call me. But yes, I will use a cantrip for biotic jump, which really just helps you jump higher or farther. However, I have the advancement for the safe landing, which automatically sees the dexterity check.
Okay. You just Athelia just perfect ballet stance, and she just flawless.
It makes me remain
Flawless.
standing. If landing in an area would be sketchy to stay standing on, I still have to make it by making it with advantage.
Man,
Yeah.
everybody over here just spamming their I win buttons.
Look, I feel like I can't jump worth shit. I will do what I need
No.
to.
Purple girls can't jump.
She is a city girl through and through. What's this jumping bullshit? Where's my
Oh, is that
other-
Jamar?
Athletics only, or will
Athletics or
acrobatics
dex?
work?
You know what? I would allow acrobatics.
I like that.
I'll allow it.
Okay, that's 21 then.
Jeez, okay. Brockus?
Nat 20 for 29.
Damn, okay.
These dice are blessed.
Damn! I fear for when
Got
you're
that
the
new
DM.
dice.
Riley.
Yeah, like,
You
Those
need
are
some
pretty.
good dice, though.
yeah.
He did. He did. Riley, what about yours?
Garbage lately.
I also have the biotic jump safe landing cantrip, which I will use, and as well, I have a dirty 20 on the dex.
Damn. Okay. Well, yeah. Even with that, yeah, you perfect landing. Omen.
Omen muted himself.
Omen. Did he walk away?
Omen is recalibrating for the
Tilt.
jump.
Tilt. Obviously, if we're
Yes.
repeating your name and you have yourself muted, that's an indication to unmute yourself. Nope, fucking walked away. Okay, well, we'll find out Omen's fate here in a moment. Acelia,
Or
however,
his internet started.
did good. I actually did roll low on hers. Oh, here we go. Internet crashed. Dirty
Yeah.
20. And he's probably
There
gonna
we go.
glitch out here soon.
There we go.
Oh, never mind.
I'm
Okay.
done. Yep, dirty 20 on the jump.
Dirty 20. Wow, Acelia, who's proficient. I did low roll on her, but I rolled low on her, but she still very much made it. Yeah, okay. So all of you, one by one, make it inside this ship. As, when you get inside, aside from the, kind of like the drill damage that has been done to the metal around here, you do notice that there is, where you are right now is kind of a, sort of a storage / electrical kind of area, sort of like a less common area where there's a lot of equipment, both electrical and maybe like baggage and crates and whatnot. There is a bit of damage, as you do see that there was at some point perhaps blast fire happening in here. You guys have shot enough people to know what gun blast looks like, the scorch marks that they make. You do see a bit of blood, no bodies. In fact, you guys are very much alone in this area, but there is very much blood on the ground here. Some of it looks like it pools, some of it looks like it trails, maybe someone was running or whatnot. But as of right now, you are alone on here.
Where do these footprints lead?
You mean the bloody footprints?
Mm-hmm.
There's a small handful of them. Some of them go kind of south where you guys are. Some are going through, because there's several doors. There's lots of doors in here. Some of them are going through the same door. Some of them are going through a completely different door. However, the majority of them seem to be going northward of where you guys are.
Feel free to tell me no on this one. But is
Okay.
it possible for me to identify the person? Maybe not the person specifically, but like their species based on the footprints or the distance between like the gait of the walk.
Technically, yes. I would say, where's the sheet? I would say either a science or survival roll would be applicable.
I will do
here.
survival.
Okay,
I'm not a scientist.
that's fair.
23.
23. Holy crap. Okay. So you've shot enough people to know certain blood types at least. You're a bounty hunter.
You kill people.
You've killed people. You do see a lot of red blood. A lot of the footprints look humanoid, obviously varying in different sizes, but mostly humanoid. You do see some that are actually I need to see how. I need to see what their feet look like, because I don't know. Oh, okay. You do see some footprints that look clawed. A little hard to tell though if it's a Turian or a Vorcha, since they've got the lake formation that kind of makes these, and they both have kind of like the claws. However, because of who you are and what your job is and your experiences, you can decipher a few things with the footprints, whether it was their blood or not. You do notice amongst the red blood, you do notice that there is like some dark purple blood. You do notice that there is some blue blood, as well as a kind of a greenish blue blood color. So an interesting mix of blood.
What color blood do Asari have?
You've seen her bleed out. Yeah, the purplish blood is Athelia.
I felt that. Thank you.
Look, you died in front of Brockus, okay? I'm just saying.
Look,
I got nothing for that one.
Look, he's seen at least two Asari die in front of him in his lifetime. So,
Yeah. Asari have bluish purple blood, kind of like a dark purplish blue.
do I know what sort of species has the Mountain Dew blood?
Yes, you do. That's Vorcha blood. Okay, it's a little bit more on like the tealish side than Mountain Dew, but yes.
Yeah, you said greenish yellow, and the first thing I went to was Mountain Dew.
Greenish blue.
Oh, Baja Blast, got it.
Baja Blast, yes. Baja Blast. Bioluminescent.
Mortar just now Mountain Dew. Got it.
Yes.
I mean, they
and
are
you,
once you put them in a blender.
And you would know, because again, you rolled so high, but also because you've seen this person bleed out. You also know Turian blood is blue.
True.
But the red could be anything, not just humans bleed red.
This is a me question and not a Brockus question, because I think
Okay.
he knows what the color of his own blood is. What color is Krogan blood?
Dark orange.
Dark orange. Okay.
Yeah. Almost like a burnt orange, but you could tell the difference if you put that next to regular blood. Red blood. See, I knew this would come in handy someday. When we first started this whole campaign, I was like, I'm looking up blood.
All right.
Y'all thought I was crazy. I can tell you what Geth blood is, too. That was on
What-
the list.
What direction is the
This unit has no blood.
what direction is the Asari blood going?
Most of them are going northward.
That's the way he's headed then.
Okay.
Like he's pretty much gonna like take a knee, and just like he's gonna like run his hands through like some of the blood and just sample it on his fingers to see if there's like any like time frame as to like the coagulation or anything from the blood being in contact with the air.
Oh,
See how
that's
long
gonna
ago this
be-
happened.
That's gonna be a slightly different roll. Give me a medicine.
7.
7.
I'm not a
well,
doctor.
You're not a doctor, but I can tell you, it's mostly dry. It's a little sticky, definitely not wet. So it's been a while. The blood has been here for a while.
Okay.
That's all you know. This ain't new blood, it's old blood. How old, you
And
don't know.
And again, like very unlike Brockus, he's radio silent as he begins to move forward in a crouch position, shotgun up, very tactical, moving towards the direction that the Asari blood was leading in.
What is everyone else doing in the meantime? If anything.
I mean, we're following.
So y'all
we're
are
a
just
Geth
staring
with
there.
But we're a Geth with poor self-preservation instincts, so while we are following Brockus, we are just walking straight down the middle of the hallway.
Okay. What about the others?
Keeping an eye out for a potential security panel.
Okay. You know what? You don't even have to roll, because you can see security panels on most of these doors.
You know what I want to do, right?
Yes, I do.
Do it.
Okay.
Now,
wanna
I
know
also have
everything.
I also do have to remind you that the reason why it was so hard to approach, or even the lack of communication, is that they did some crazy work here as far as electronics go. So, though it's not impossible to hack it, depending on what they've done, one of two things could happen. You could either finally push through and find some information and be alerted, or alert them is what I meant.
Yeah.
Lockpicking a door is one thing, but trying to hack to get information could set off a silent alarm, if you will.
Yeah, no, you are right, and that did cross my mind. Sorry, Brock, as much as I'd love to get you information about the ship, I would also like to not sound a dinner bell.
And Brockus just gives a thumbs up to that.
Oh god, tactical communication, I forgot how it works.
Oh god, I have to use hand signs and verbal components? What the hell is this shit? Oh god, we're going back to the who has 5 fingers, who has 4 fingers.
Yeah.
Imagine not being able to just instantly tight beam information to a partner. Unacceptable.
Well, you also know too, especially you, Brockus, since you were informed of this, even using your Omni tool is not a good idea for communication.
I think that's something he's shared with everybody is, lay off the electronics as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
This unit is all electronics.
Silence your cell phones, yes.
Put it on vibrate.
Damn
This
it,
unit
kids.
is a cell phone.
Put your cell phones away.
You do not
It's
want this
tactical.
unit on vibrate.
I am not
Like,
going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
As much as he's
Yeah.
focused,
It's okay. I'm a vibrating 10-foot pole.
as much as he's focused, Brockus isn't gonna let his intentions distract him enough to separate from the group. So like he's
Okay.
only gonna be a little bit far ahead. And he will wait for others to follow before moving forward any farther.
Okay.
We're hands down following.
Okay.
Taylor's just going
Alright.
to attempt not to panic as we go through this. That's her goal right now.
Good goal.
Okay.
Being on a disabled ship floating through space with a geth is not a good recipe for her.
Ooh, you know what? Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention.
Okay.
Can I get a wisdom save from you, please?
Quick, Omen, turn off Wi-Fi.
Please put your geth in airplane mode.
All right, GM, I
Ship
would like
mode.
to use the GM. I'd like to use the ability fly.
Do you want to?
No, I'm joking. I was told to go
Oh.
in airplane mode.
Oh.
When the
14.
gift takes it literally.
14? Okay. All right. You're definitely nervous, but you're okay for now. As far as being a nervous wreck, you're okay right now. You're doing your breathing exercises. You're doing okay right now.
Yeah. So other than that, she's just following. She's watching Brockus very carefully and probably sticking a little close to the group because, yeah,
Okay.
she does not want to be separated.
All right. So Brockus, you said you're gonna move towards one of the doors.
Yeah,
North
I'm
of you
following
guys?
I'm following the movements of the Asari blood.
Okay. To be fair, you do see several. It's not just like one set of footprints. There is a few of them.
Mm-hmm. But you said like the large collective of it was moving north.
Yes.
So,
So
that's
when
where that's where he's going.
So when you look northward, you do see that there are 3 doors that a good handful of these bloody footprints and trails have gone through. So you have kind of 2 doors that are pretty close together, that are close to where you guys are, and then you have another door that's a bit further away.
Where these doors start? What's the condition of the floor in front of the door itself? Like, how much of a collection of blood is there?
There, where you are specifically, there's a lot more blood going through one of the doors than the other. You could also probably maybe put 2 and 2 together, that maybe one's like a smaller room while the other one could be a bigger room, different section. You're not entirely sure. Where more foot traffic would probably be going through. You do see quite a bit more scorch marks on that door in particular as well.
I think he's heading towards that one.
Okay. All right. And sure enough, when you approach it, it is locked.
Blocked how?
The door is sealed. Like you can see on the panel that it is red, meaning that it is locked. But, like I mentioned before, Jamar, lockpicking a door is not going to be so bad, depending on what you do and how you go about it. It's just full-blown hacking might not be advisable.
Yeah,
Depends on what you guys
substantially
do.
different from opening a door to, hey, let's set off the whole alarm system.
It also depends on the door, too. If it's a security room, it might set off alarms.
Maybe it's just a screaming door.
Also that. Screams like a magpie.
I can see it. Okay, yeah, let's play with, this is going to be engineering or electronics. What's my door skill?
That's a good question.
How do I want to open the door?
Okay.
I mean, if we're going that way, Brockus has a shotgun.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering if engineering might be a little bit more of a silent version as opposed to electronics to get through a door.
I mean,
You know
disassemble a
what?
door.
Let's go with a theory. Let's try engineering on a door.
May I provide assistance if we're taking the door off the hinges?
Are you using force?
No. We're
No,
we're
literally
pulling
taking it
a-
apart,
a
not
forge
breaking it.
and literally disassembling the thing in our way.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Door can't be
Okay.
locked if the door isn't there.
Exactly. To provide engineering assistance.
Now I'm getting mixed signals. Are you blowing it off its hinges, or are you trying to unlock it?
Just
No,
We're
we're
unlocking
we're unscrewing the hinges and slowly taking it off.
Oh,
Is what I'm
you're doing that.
Yeah, the
well,
forge.
Okay.
Disassembling the lock, opening the door, going through it, and then
Exactly.
reassembling the lock. But
The
not
lock
okay,
behind so it
because
doesn't look like
remember
we went
this
through
is
it. Got it.
space. The doors swoosh up. There's
Yeah.
no like thing for you to.
Well,
You'd
I
have to
was
open
more
up an
wondering if
electrical
there was,
panel and mess with the top part so it goes whoosh, or the panel itself.
yeah, it might be electronics no matter what I do because I'm just looking for a panel to override.
It would be, yeah. So depending on if you're doing the actual panel itself or doing the electrical part that controls the door to whoosh up, it would be electrical either way, or engineering.
Engineering?
Ooh, wait, no, that's right. If you're trying to no electrical, it'd be electrical.
Electrical? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm good with that. And was I getting assistance from a mecha on that?
100%, I got you.
Yeah, I would allow it.
Okay.
You guys have your own little tinker tools to coordinate this.
Yeah, we worked in
horrible.
the same lab together for a while.
That's not
For
horrible.
a few days.
That is a 27. Running on
27?
advantage.
Okay, yeah. You are able to, and I'm sorry, are you doing the panel itself or the top
We're
of the
gonna
door
override
frame?
the actual hard door electronics.
Okay, yeah. With
Not
that,
try to
you,
play with a panel.
okay, yeah. With that, you are actually able to, because you're doing it that way specifically, you are able to loosen the mechanism to where you can manually lift it up without it making the noise, like the whoosh noise. So you would be able to like kind of pull it up like a garage door a little bit to get yourselves through, as you are able to disable. When you enter this next room, because I assume you all go into it, you do see more of those blast marks. Some look like legitimate blasts. Others look like maybe a drill. Brock, as you remember seeing these when you were going to land the ship, but they were pretty small. So these are much smaller holes. Again, once again, these are sealed technically by these little force fields, but you're now in a bigger room with a lot more blast fire in here, as you get the sense that a pretty big battle happened in this area at some point. Definitely more blood in here. Not a bloodbath. It's not like it's super crazy, like there was a massacre or anything in here. But there's definitely still that blood splatter. A lot of them are still moving northward. You do notice some of them look like they go towards the edge where the holes were. Others seem to kind of stop and pool. You do see some that look like maybe something was dragged. As quite a bit happened in here from what you can just generally look.
Are there any bodies in there?
There are a couple bodies actually. Just a couple though. You do see a Vorcha, and you do see an Asari.
We'll check the Asari.
Okay. You can tell instantly the moment you approach the Asari body, the fact that they are just in regular clothes and a different skin tone, this is not either of your daughters. This just seems to be a passenger on board. as they are kind of slumped up against one of the walls.
He's gonna do a once over on the body, see if they've got any sort of like access key or anything of the sort that may allow them easier passage through the ship as they go.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation. What is everyone else doing in the meantime?
Would Riley have ever seen a portrait before?
Probably not, because a lot of your work, especially in the sciences, you were nowhere near any sort of Vorcha territory, nor would any of your locations have any Vorcha, period. So unless you were in the darker parts of space where it was more space pirate infested, or more of the lawless areas, which most of the time most scientists don't even go near, you would more than likely not have ever met a Vorcha. So seeing this strange creature slumped over, you don't even know what it is. It is completely foreign to you. So even though everyone else instantly goes, oh, that's a Vorcha body, you have no idea what that is. It just looks like a creepy creature with those big, jagged, almost like barracuda-type teeth and everything just jagged in its mouth.
How big
got
is
a,
the creature?
How big is what?
The creature with the barracuda teeth you're mentioning?
The Vorcha? Vorcha, they're about human size. They
Okay,
range
this is-
anywhere from, like, on the lower 5-foot spectrum to a little over 6 feet, so they're humanoid size.
Okay, sorry, I thought you were describing something different for the Vorcha there for a second. My brain just...
No,
disconnected.
Riley's never seen one before, so I was just
Gosh,
describing
you
the
Nobby.
horror that she's seeing of this strange creature, that has, like, these eyes, there's all these holes in its head, it's got this crazy kind of, like, almost weird muscly, just kind of this exoskeleton weird skin. It's got, like, holes in its face. It's almost like, starfishing kind of spikes going out the back. It's just, and just flat face with just rows of just sharp needle pointed teeth.
I got a nat 20 for the search for 20.
Jesus Christ. Okay. You do find a key card. However, looking at it, looks like it is, and this was off the Asari, actually. You would find a key card where it looks like it only is limited on where it could go. As you do see on the card, it's more of the common quarters key card.
Still work.
Indeed. The Vorcha, were you checking the Vorcha as well with that search?
Yep. I'm checking the Vorcha too, mainly for any sort of identification. Not as to like I personally know this Vorcha, but more as are they a part of some sort of group? Are they part of some like known pirate syndicate or something?
Right.
Like, are they wearing colors?
That's right, because they do that. So for this in particular, let me see here real quick. Give me a second. You do notice, excuse me, that it does have specific facial markings. You do notice it looks like they took like hands or something and just kind of took their right eye and just kind of smeared it from the eye down to the chin. That's kind of a dark forest green color. You knowing Vorcha that sometimes when they have sort of this sort of tribal sort of logo, means they're either part of a group or some sort of pact. Not every Vorcha has it, but when they're part of a bigger group, that's usually what they tend to adorn on their faces.
And it's not something I've seen before, like
No.
this specific marking.
No.
Okay. I think with that, he's gonna do what he normally does with the bodies of enemies. He's gonna pick it up. He's gonna sling it over his shoulder and mount it up.
This is not your body armor 3.0, is it?
It's extra protection.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Intimidation.
Question:
yes.
are there any other bodies in the area?
It's just those two.
All right, we're grabbing the Asari when we're putting her on our shoulders.
And
Jesus
like
Christ.
Brockus is gonna like snap his fingers. He's like, no, you leave those.
It'll just nod and just put it back down.
Did you just tell the Geth, no, put it back down? No,
Yes.
drop it.
Basically.
Drop.
Drop it.
All right.
Drop it.
I guess it's not being brought back to the morgue, and they just stay there and be used. Okay, I get it.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Okay.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything else while bodies are being searched? Actually, Ophelia, I need another wisdom saving throw from you, please.
I was at point not looking at the bodies. 10.
As a 10? Okay. You are kind of visibly shaking a bit more. Again, you're still doing okay, but you're seeing this room with a bit more blood and now the bodies. You're starting to kind of breathe a little bit more heavily.
So she probably spends most of her time just kind of listening for movement and keeping her eyes closed.
How does Jamar, if Riley looks over at Jamar, how does Jamar look in all of this? Does he look fairly composed, like he sort of knows what's going on?
Looks like a Tuesday to me.
Day and why?
Look, he's a
Okay.
short-lived creature. He's like, I don't have time for this shit.
So, Riley,
I also
knowing
built
she
that.
shouldn't use any sort of AI or her Omni tool or anything to figure out what this creature is, she is going to very quietly get Jamar's attention and point to the Vorcha, which is now on top of Ruckus, and ask, what is that?
Who did you ask?
Jamar?
I asked Jamar.
Workshop.
You just see her kind of
If we
blinking,
had-
like, yeah.
If we had bipedal rodents in space, that would be them.
Yeah,
Aim for the head or aim for the center mass. Both work. Good news, they also explode really well.
And they're incredibly flammable.
Are you adding that, Brockus? 'Cause
Yeah.
Riley's trying to get information here as to how to deal with this.
Yep.
She has her notepad
Shoot
open.
first and stop shooting when they stop twitching. That's how you deal with Borgia.
You know what? Just because she's the birthday girl and I want to pick on her right now. Athelia, can you give me percentile dice, please? What was that?
16.
16. Okay.
Athelia's dice hate us.
Okay. Okay.
The number of
All
dice
right.
sets I have for this character, and they all turn.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I have noted that. So as you're in this next room, you now see two more doors, if you were to continue forward, both with a decent amount of blood on both sides mixed. You do see a couple doors. So when you went through, it kind of like almost does like a horseshoe shape, as you now see that there are some doors next to you as well. But of course, you walk it through, you think these are probably smaller rooms of some sort that also have doors on them. And then, like I said, two more big doors continuing forward where you guys are.
Can I tell what security clearance these doors require?
You can give me an electronics roll.
I didn't know if there was like a symbol on the key card that I had that like matched something that's on the door.
Oh, yeah. So you can tell that there seems to be a handful of shapes. It almost looks like it's an alien language, the way they are set up on each of the doors and the door panels. And you do notice that one of the symbols do match the card that you have.
He's gonna look over to Jamar. What do you think the over/under is for us setting the alarm off if we were to use one? As he's shaking the key card.
Key card with possibly a little assistance, so it doesn't do anything it's not supposed to do, or so it doesn't do what it is supposed to do. Either way, yes, but also no.
And you say that he tosses it over to you.
You keep it then.
He said with the little assistance.
It's fair.
Does that mean you want this open?
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to patch into said terminal with my Omni tool to wonder what the heck happens when I put the key card in, and
Okay.
potentially stop any problems that arise before they become problems.
I'm sorry, what were you doing with your Omni tool?
Basically, monitoring it so it doesn't do something I don't want it to do.
Got it. Okay. It does matter. Are you doing the door on the left or the right from where you guys are facing?
One of them has a symbol, or both do?
They both have the same symbol.
Heads is left.
Okay.
Right it is.
Right. Okay. All right. All right.
We're going to want an electronics or something to go with the obvious just
electronics.
inserting of a key card.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's not horrible. That is... That's a 25.
I think you're doing pretty good with a 25. Okay. With a 25, you are, so the keycard does work. You do notice that without having to do anything extra on your end, that you were able to have the door completely open as you do see the pad turn green and open it up. You do get a blip on your Omni tool when that happens. You don't know what it means specifically, but you do know, putting 2 and 2 together, it means activity. What that means specifically, you're not entirely sure.
We potentially have friends?
This unit looks forward to making new acquaintances.
When
Just
this
remember, we can't ask questions if they're all dead. But also make sure they don't have any Omni tools they can use.
This room that opened up, what is inside there?
Inside, you do see a very small hallway that tends to curve around one side that seems to go further in. You do see another door and another hallway. So it's kind of like, it almost turns into like a little small maze where you are. So it kind of loops around, and there's straight, and then a door. But you guys do hear footprints, or footsteps, coming.
It's kind of hard to hear footprints.
Yeah, you can. They're squishy.
In the hallway that we're in right now, not like the little hallway that we just accessed, but the main one that we're in now, is there anything to take cover from behind?
Well, technically you guys didn't tell me you were going in the hallway. The hallway, you can't all fit into it. You'd have to single file it.
No, not the small hallway. The one that...
Oh, the one before?
The one that we came into, and then we used the card on the door. That
room.
area. That room that we're in.
No, you basically went from a room to a room. There was no hallway from that one. It was just a room into a bigger room.
So, in the room that we are currently in, is there anything to take cover behind?
There is, actually. There are a couple of very large crates There is a couple of rooms that you can go into that you're assuming are rooms. There's no doors or anything on them that you could go into. There is a couple of like large pieces of machinery. The best way to describe them is that they kind of look like I don't know what they're called, but like when you're at Home Depot or Costco and they've got like it's where they lift the crates up to put on the higher places. Yeah. If that's what they're called, yeah.
Yeah, cherry pickers.
They've got like the little fork that they lift up the crates and that thing.
Oh,
It's a forklift.
No,
That's a
cherry
forklift.
pickers. Thank you, forklift. I was like, I don't remember what it's called.
like
The
they also-
basket one that moves up and down is the
That's a
cherry
cherry picker. Yeah, no,
and
this
they
is.
drive that around Costco too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. No, the forklift. Thank you.
The forklift.
That's the one I was looking for.
All right. Brockus is gonna signal and like, and whisper to everybody to get behind cover in this room, not the one that we just opened up, because he's
In
curious
one
to
of the
see
empty
when.
rooms.
No, not the empty rooms. The room that we are in right now, the one that has all of this stuff, just to get behind cover behind something here. So when this group comes in, they're probably gonna turn and go into the door that just opened.
Would you guys
Take
like to
cover
see
in
a
the room
map?
that we found all the dead bodies.
Do you guys want to see a map so you know where you
Yeah,
gotta
that would
go
help.
and
Would
hide?
definitely help right now.
Okay. My pleasure. As this is the door that you guys just opened.
Okay.
With the key card.
Yes, and you guys came from the south. So yeah, this is the big room that you guys are in right now.
So coming from the direction of the door we just opened, or
You know what? Make a perception check.
I don't know if that's a good idea for Celia, but okay. She's too distracted trying not to panic
It's fair.
and not succeeding on that, as that was perception, a 7.
7, you can't tell if they're coming down the hallway or a different direction. It's hard to pinpoint. You kind of feel your heartbeat in your ears right now.
Yeah. We were told to
You
take
told us
cover.
to take cover, yeah?
Yep. Like I said, you do see like the forklift is right over here. You do see an open room down here. There is a platform with a small wall over here. And then, of course, you can see there's like another forklift here. There is a couple crates over here that you can hide behind. Did we say No, you have the Vorcha. The body is kind of slumped over in this corner when you picked up the Asari body.
Put her back down as soon as I did, so it's still there, but yes.
So I'll let you guys move where you want to go, as you guys do have very little time to react.
Brock is
The
gonna
footsteps are getting louder.
take a cover behind that partial wall.
Okay.
I was gonna say the same, but with the body over there, Celia moved the opposite direction. Probably ended up behind this forklift, which is what it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a funny because there's no way I'm fitting behind any form of cover here. We're gonna
There's
stand
a
on
room,
that
like I said.
Yeah, it's all the way at the other end. I'm completely useless to the squad if I'm that far out. I'm
You're
gonna
right here.
actually.
Right here.
That's far. I need to
No,
be closer.
not
to
where
things.
you guys were right here originally.
You say that like I don't need to be right up close to things.
Okay.
That's within normal movement for a
Okay.
turn.
Okay.
For a Turian, not
Alright.
for
I'm gonna say I don't think anybody probably should move behind this forklift because it's still within range of the door we just opened if they're gonna go investigate it.
So, what I would like to do here is, you know how Geth are in standby mode?
have a standby
Yes.
mode thing?
Yes.
I'd like to have my unit crouch down, and we're gonna turn off the optical receptors on it.
Okay.
We're still active. We still respond to sound. So
Oh, I know.
You know, when Brackus says "let him have it," we'll be able to do so. But we're
Okay.
gonna make ourselves look like a piece of unused junk right now.
Okay.
As when something doesn't have lights or neons in the future, in the great future, it is not the first thing that catches your eyes.
Okay. Having a large piece of equipment that wasn't there before will be interesting. All right. What about the others?
I have to remember that though.
I think
These bluish
Acelia-
barricades here, are they as tall as I'd like to think they are?
Are you talking about this one over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably. If you're completely crouched, it'll give you full cover.
Perfect.
It's
Pretty
a high.
clever then.
It's elevated, and then it's a nice half wall. So you've got some decent coverage. Even for Rockus, it's pretty decent coverage.
Good enough. Okay.
So, I guess with the mention of Brackus telling us not to get behind the forklift, these machines down here look
Mhm.
like they have gaps between them. How big is that gap?
I would say you could fit between them, but you would be a bit exposed,
Fuck.
depending on which direction they come from. Okay, I'm gonna put
Yeah.
Wheatley over here in the corner, so he's out of the
Wasn't
way.
sure how far crouched I could get behind him. I was,
Depending on the angle of where they walk, they could see you. So you'd have cover for X amount of time. It's not guaranteed.
And the fact that Vorcha have never seen Geth before, so their immediate reaction will be, "Who? What is this?"
and then I guess my last question: how tall are the ceilings in here?
In this particular room, very tall. I would say maybe about 25 feet.
Most people don't look up when searching for people. We'll just cast fly and go up.
Okay, so you're just gonna do like Spider-Man up against the wall, like you can't see me. Okay. So
Look,
we're
people don't
Look.
look up.
I never said we're gonna make good decisions, alright?
Look, I'm not going near the half wall. It's next to the body.
so we're gonna. You know what? Do I have a little thing for this? You guys crack me up. Let's see here.
How many people look for people to shoot and they look up first? They don't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Look, if anybody's seen any sci-fi movies or horror movies, the moment you look up, you're dead.
Exactly.
True.
I don't know if I have a fly token. Let's.
I was gonna
see
say there's
here.
the wing token from like default roll 20.
Yeah, I mean, I have that on her right now. It's just seeing if I had anything fun to use as well. But, don't know if I do. I've got a lot of fun little aura stuff, but that is useless to me now. Okay, yeah, I'll just use that for now. But, yeah, so you'll have the little fly token. Are you all the way up to the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay. And are you exactly right there, or are you moving to like a different
Right
spot?
there.
Just right there.
Go
Okay.
straight up.
Okay. Okay.
Jesus,
Omen,
we're so
did you move
stupid.
down to the room where Riley is?
No, I'm literally basically.
Acelia's with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Celia's with me. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Omen's in the middle of the room
Yeah.
pretending to be a deactivated piece of gear right now. He's just standing there with all the lights turned off. We're still active. We just turned off all the lights.
Yeah. Okay.
For some reason, I'm not seeing Omen.
Omen's right here in the middle.
Further on the left. If you're zoomed in too far, you won't see me.
He's blending in so well.
I told you.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I thought he was one of the bodies.
Wow, I didn't even have you roll a
Bodies aren't
stealth roll.
I mean,
I
do you
have,
want me to roll something to fake it?
Perfected the art of standing so still.
God, don't fucking no. No.
I just posted that GIF in our
Yeah. Yeah.
We all did.
With like the potato chip.
Yep.
I can see you.
Yeah.
You know what? The rest of you have covered. There is a wall, so technically Acelia is covered. It's just the map's not doing a good job. There is wall she's hid behind. Actually, I guess to be more accurate, she's not in the wall, but that works enough. Actually, I'm the GM. I can do this. Nope. Wrong key. There we go. Okay. Actually, Acelia. Wow. Athelia! Look, I didn't name her, okay, to sound exactly like your name. You can yell at Fox for that. Athelia, can I get a stealth roll? You know what? I'll say with advantage. I'll give you advantage on this one. Because you're the only one that's technically exposed, aside from Omen, but he's in plain sight. He's not trying to hide, so...
I mean, do you want me to fake being a piece of gear? I will try.
Okay, that was not terrible. We got a 16.
16? Okay. Alright.
So-
Holy crap, what? I didn't even realize
For
what
a
time
plus
it was
one, that
already.
wasn't terrible.
on my
Yeah.
whatever roll to pretend that I'm a piece of gear, I got a nat 20. What does that get me, boss?
Nothing. You're in the middle of the floor.
Pretending to be a piece of gear, damn it.
Yes.
So that's 20 on my performance roll.
So, holy crap, this night has already just flown by. I don't know what the hell happened. I
the
didn't even
shit?
realize it's already 10 o'clock. What the fuck happened?
That's what happened.
We didn't talk that much at the beginning. Jesus, okay.
No, we just do stupid shit.
No.
Nice. You guys have been doing smart shit. So let's go ahead and go on break. Because some shit may go down. We'll find out. Yeah, so get up, stretch, refill your drinks. I know I'm gonna refill mine. We'll be back in just a few minutes and see what happens and who comes through those doors. So we'll be right back. And we are back.
There we go.
Oh, hello.
Wow.
Hello.
I'm starting to think HB Fox isn't showing up.
Might be the case. Might be the case.
It's
Might
not the
be.
worst episode for him to miss. It's... Yeah, we could
No.
have piloted Etheria, but, you know.
It's not supposed to be
Not
there
Aphelios.
anyway. No, that's okay.
The other one.
I can still NPC Acilia in the meantime for it. Okay. So let me get this back up and running, because again, my tabs are just clicking on anything takes a while. There we go. Okay. So, with most of you hiding, one of you in plain sight in power down mode, and the other one kind of flying squirrel up against the wall on the ceiling. You guys do see coming in from the doors, as you guys would expect, you do see 2 Vorcha coming through. Their guns are out, kind of on alert to see who triggered the doors. You see them looking around semi-frantically, almost like trying to catch something off guard. I did roll. One of them does get the attention of the other, and he's like, over here, over here. There's something in the middle over here. As they do approach you, Omen. They take their guns and kind of like do the poke a dead body with a stick method, where they just kind of use the guns and kind of jab it into you.
We are not moving. No.
One of them uses their foot to kind of like kicks you and goes, yeah, and just like hurts their foot because it's made out of pure metal.
Nope.
As you all know, and Riley, you can see this now. They don't really wear much armor. They don't really wear much. In fact, they don't even wear shoes.
No, they are the armor.
I'm talking about the Vorcha, not you.
Brock's armor.
Oh no, I know what I said. They are the armor.
Oh yeah. As one of them finds a crowbar and tries to like pry you open. They clearly don't know what you are. And they're trying to like figure out, are you a crate? Are like, what are you? You know what? Go ahead, roll me a percentile.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds to get the D100.
Yep. I'm gonna let the dice decide how this goes down. It's more fun that
That'll
way.
just be funny regardless. Yeah.
The forbidden gotcha box. Hi, buddy. Hi.
Well, that's a lucky number, 77.
77. Okay.
Are you jealous because there's so many cats on the screen? You're like, you need some dog power up in here. Yeah. Yeah, you can't climb on a table though.
Okay, so one of them gets a little piece. It looks like maybe they snagged on something, but he's like, and can't seem to pop off any of your panels or armor or anything. So thankfully they don't disassemble you or anything. But they are trying to figure out what the heck you are. While the other one just kind of puts their gun off to their side a little bit. There's like, what is this thing? And the other one just shrugs like, strange box. Box was not here before. We take box. Bring box front. As,
with that,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Athelia will, using her, what's it called? That's the way they call it. It's the biotic split. I'm going to essentially twin a dominate down on each of them.
Yeah, so
looking
she
way to
decided to
that.
tell me that the thing I gave her is something she can already do, apparently. I thought I was being clever. Apparently not.
I'll adept get it at level 11. I'm sorry. I forgot it was there until I was looking through all my shit trying to remind me what I have.
I'm going to alter the feature a little bit.
It's mine. You can't take it.
Well, I gave it to you so I could take backsies.
But I licked it.
Still gives you two more use of that for a long rest, which is still not
Yeah.
fucking bad.
Yeah. That's what I said.
that is true.
I licked it so it's
Two
fine.
more uses of that. I mean,
Well, it's, she can use
I
it
like it
equal to a
anyway.
proficiency too, so she can already use it quite a bit too. However, it doesn't tell
Wisdom
you. It doesn't say what your power level is though, like, so I don't think it's
It
limited.
doesn't matter for that one.
Yeah. So I'm sorry I gave you a dumbed down version. Anyway,
It's
yeah,
two
'cause I had
extra
to go read
uses.
that.
I only have third level spells, so
Yeah, so it works out. Well, it only goes up to 4, so
yeah.
I don't need you twin spelling a 9th level spell here, alright?
Adepts do technically get level 5 spells. They're the only class that does.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, so what are you twin spelling?
Dominate. So I need wisdom saves from each one of them.
Dominate. Oh, no. Okay. What's the range on that?
90 feet.
Okay, never mind.
Stupid.
What's their wisdom? Funny enough, their wisdom is not terrible. But let's see what happens. Oh, that's funny. Okay. One is a 3.
Mhm.
And the other one's a 19.
So the 19 will succeed, which is fine.
Okay.
This is technically an action. What is this? That's still an action. So one of them succeeds, one of them doesn't.
Okay.
And the one that doesn't succeed, I get total control over
Okay.
for the advancement. So it's mine.
Okay. So
Does what I
what are you now? Is it a verbal command? Because you're not psychic. You'd have to verbally command it, correct? Go ahead and bring up the spell.
Oh, did I thought I clicked on it. I apologize.
Did you?
I
Oh, because I didn't realize
I might
Siva
not have.
bumped a couple things that got lost. My bad. I didn't scroll up.
okay.
Within 90 feet, cause wisdom saving throw. Okay, on his turn, dominant creature attacks the closest creature hostile to the power caster.
Except that now I have the advancement total control, which means I take the dominated creature's action. So it's not that
Right.
it's managed, that I can control its actions.
Dominant creature takes damage. It would use new wisdom throw against that power. Okay.
It's mine until it's hurt.
So technically it doesn't see a hostile creature near you. It doesn't even see you. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
and
going to
it's-
kind of be confused as hell right now. I would say
So I can't like make it talk and do other things like that. It just I take its action.
Right.
I determine what it does.
yeah.
So he probably just kind of freezes up and stands there.
Yeah, you know what? Let me check something real quick. I just want to, because there's one little key piece of information missing and I'm not 100% sure. Let's see here. Okay, so
Whether or not it knows that I cast it on it when it succeeds. Is that what you're looking at?
no, not that. I know it's probably entirely different, but I'm just comparing it to the dominate person in D&D to see if it's like it's a verbal or anything. It does say telepathic link. Because it doesn't specify on here, so that may be something I have to look up on their Discord later. So for now, I'm just gonna treat it a little bit like dominate person, where you do have a telepathic link to it, so you don't have to like shout out anything to it.
Cut in and out really bad.
Oh,
I don't know
I
if
am.
that's for anyone else, but for me. But yeah.
Oh,
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
cutting out for me too.
Sorry.
So I'm getting like every third word.
Sorry about that. So It doesn't specify. I will have to dig through their Discord server to find out details. So I'm just comparing it right now because, again, it doesn't give me that detail. I'm just going to treat it a little bit like Dominate Person from D&D, where you have a telepathic link. So you don't have to verbally say anything.
Okay.
So, because, again, it doesn't specify, and I'm not going to sit here wasting everyone's time digging through their Discord right now, looking up that information. So for right now, I'm just going to pretend it's D&D ruling of telepathic link. So you can use your brain, which makes sense for an Asari, use your brain to tell it what to do.
Wait, right now I just cast it, so
Okay.
yeah. A little bit of time has to pass before I can do what I want to do next. Because that's an action. The next thing I want to do is technically an action, so...
Okay.
I think while this is going on, Brockus is gonna take the Vorcha that he has on him, and he's gonna hold him up just a little bit so he pops up over the wall, with like the back of its head facing them, so it just looks like a fellow Vorcha has like joined the room and just staring at this wall.
Are you puppeting this thing?
Yup.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
You know what? I love
I
it.
love this.
Give me... I love this so much. So a few things is going to happen, but let's do this real quick. Go ahead and give me either a deception or performance roll.
I'm gonna make it deception.
Okay.
The Vorcha puppet show is officially
It's gonna be a 16.
16? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna...
Yes, we never said they were good ideas.
Oh. Look, I am all for it. I did not expect Brockus of all people to want to use a puppet. Okay, let me go back to here real quick. Because I need to look up its chart. I'm going to see what its insight is going to be. There it is. Okay. Insight. Okay, well, let's see if it figures it out, because the other one's dominated, so it's just the one. What was yours again? You said yours was 16?
16.
Okay. So really quick, turn of events. As the other one gets dominated, the other one is trying to, like, pick up Omen. But of course, Omen is very heavy. As it sees its friend just kind of, like, its body kind of just, like, roll for a second, and then just stand there. As it's just like, hey, you, stupid! Help me! Help me! And as he goes to walk over, as he goes around to kind of figure out, like, what the hell's up with his friend, he then notices, I rolled really high on perception, he does turn around and notices your puppet. As he kind of blinks for a moment, and he's like, what? What are you doing here? Hello? Don't stand there, help! What do you do, Brockus?
He just keeps it still. Doesn't respond. Doesn't make any means to make a noise or try to impersonate a voice. Just keeps it completely still. He's trying to agitate this thing as much as possible to bring it closer.
So I don't know what you have planned for this, but I know you've thrown bodies before, so I'm just gonna do this for the sake of.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate
Thank you. I need my ammunition.
I know you. There you go. Okay. You should have control of the body.
If enough time has passed for me to do something else, please let me know. I don't want to let everyone else have an opportunity to do what they want to do first, though.
Okay. I would say, you know what? He has two catatonic kind of people here. Oh, God, you're fucking dumb. Okay. He's gonna, like, kind of huff and start slowly approaching, because he's just like this... He he's dumb, but he's like, this is weird. This guy's not moving. So he's gonna like slowly start making his way around. I would say he probably gets about here. Does anyone else want to do anything before he continues forward? Athelia, we'll come back to you real quick. Anyone else want to do anything, or do you just want to sit tight?
Before it even walks off, I was thinking of maybe doing a thing, but
You can. You technically haven't gone. I mean, you've got a catatonic one right there, so.
yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know if that one's been dominated, do I?
You wouldn't know, yeah.
You
Yeah.
turned off your
Yeah.
vision so you can't see anything that's been happening.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even if I could, I don't know that I would know that it's been dominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy.
And I haven't done my usual shout because I'm hiding.
And I'm doing a puppet show. I just need him to get a little bit closer.
Okay.
We're all saying.
Okay. So everyone else is just gonna kind of sit there for now.
Give me a minute. I've got a lot of more powers now that I have a rank in adept. I don't know what I'm doing. Give me a second.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You and your multi. I challenge you in one campaign to stick with one class.
That's basically the dagger heart.
Challenge you. Well,
I'm
See?
not multi.
We'll
I'm
see.
not multi-classing in dagger heart.
we'll
I'm
see.
going all the way to the
You
end.
say that.
No, there's a reason I want to go all the way to the end. I need my level 10 in dagger heart. I'm sorry. I am not going off on a tangent.
Oh, I'll believe it when I see it.
Look here.
We challenge you doing something other than Daggerheart.
So, Riley and Jamari, you guys are going to kind of just stay quiet and just let it ride out.
Jamara's muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to shoot the Vorcha, but I also want the Vorcha to get closer.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you're right next to him. You see him kind of puppeting it. You're
Yeah,
picking
my
up what
only
he's putting
thought
down.
is, oh, this is going to be great.
Okay. Athelia. Oh, yeah, Riley?
Because I'm tucked away, I just did a line of sight, and I would be seeing some of what's going on, but not everything. And
Yeah.
to really do anything, I would have to move out of cover, and I don't think I want to be one of the first people to do that. So I am just gonna sit tight.
Technically,
And also, is it Acelia?
Acelia's in the room with you. Yes.
Acelia's in the room, so I possibly would kind of follow a bit more what she does too.
Okay. Right now, because she's on the smaller part, she has her gun out and pressed, kind of trying to blend in with the wall, and is pressing herself up against the wall. She's kind of in a nice little shadowed part. You can say very safely, unless you're right here and stick your head out. You're still technically in cover right here, but until you stick your head out, you won't necessarily be seen. But from what you can tell, he is very much distracted and not paying attention to you at all. So he doesn't even see anyone in that room. Athelia.
Dina's gonna do something else kind of stupid.
Okay.
I have enough movement to get within 15 feet of this guy, and if I can get within 15 feet, I don't care if he sees me or not.
Which guy?
I mean, the guy that's still moving.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, she's
she's not intentionally, she's not going to intentionally try and make herself noticed, but she is going to attempt to get within 15 feet of him, as that's her new range for her mind meld, and she's going to, dive into his brain to try and get locations on people.
Oh,
but it
goodness.
will require a wisdom save from him.
Yes. So you are digging in deep into him, correct?
Yep, so I'm dropping down and digging in deep.
All right.
So I have to be closer.
Yeah,
So
because
I'm still trying to be above him and just 15 feet down.
that's right.
10
Because
feet
you
down, so
had
50 feet away.
you had to touch before, but then you got a power upgrade.
Yep. Well, it's 10 feet before, and then I got the upgrade.
Yeah. Wow, I actually rolled kind of high. Wisdom, you said?
Yes, but this one's a higher DC.
This is maybe 18.
So he gave me a custom DC. Nope.
I did. Nope. Okay.
Yeah. DC was 19.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Very nice.
So I'm digging in deep because I'm going to try and direct his thoughts into finding the locations of where everything is, what's going on. I'm getting information.
Okay. So, Rockus, are you kind of peeking over at all, or are you just kind of listening to see how close he gets?
I'm listening.
Okay. So, realistically, well, of course, Athelia. Riley, I would say you're the only person who could see this happening, technically. As Athelia's eyes just go completely black. As the Vorcha's eyes are completely glazed over in that black as well. As Athelia, you look inside its mind, and you catch glimpses, almost like a scattered movie piece of them boarding and weirdly being stealthy about it before it flashes forward and you see a massacre of them shooting people, killing people, or even wounding them. Flashes again, you see some people that they're trying to grab and not kill. Very quickly, it's hard to tell if they're people of like importance or not. They're just kind of all wearing similar clothes. You get the sense that as everything's clicking forward, they weren't trying to kill everyone on board. There was like a purpose here. You flash again and you see several rooms. You see a very large room that looks like it could be maybe like the commander deck, where it's very formal and regal, probably where the richer people probably hang out. As you do see from its point of view, kind of peeking through the doorway through one of the windows before it flashes again, and you see this creature as well as a few others dragging bodies, some of them pushing them over in like a corner of one just random room, while others, they seem to be searching through some things. And then it flashes again and you see some of them are trying to kind of patrol and search to see if there's any other survivors. You hear some chatter, them kind of talking about how they're trying to find everyone, trying to round up everyone. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Because those ones usually roll well. Okay, that's not terrible for her. Perception is a 15.
A 15. Okay. So you do notice, though it's mostly Vorcha, you do see what looks like a Vorcha that's a bit different colored than the rest of them. The way his armor is kind of adorned, you get the sense that this is probably the leader, or at least one of the higher ranking Vorcha that's there. That's kind of like barking orders at everyone. But there are a couple of things you've noticed in this Vorcha's peripherals. Kind of staying far away from these certain people, you get the sense, because you can sense their feelings too, and you get the sense that this Vorcha fears these creatures or these beings that is also kind of alongside them, sort of killing and rounding people up. You notice these humanoids. Some of them are human. Some of them look like they're Asari. Some of them are kind of Turian. Hard to tell as they're a bit warped, as you recognize this as these creatures seem almost like they're corpses. They've got that paler hue to their skin tone, as their eyes are kind of a vibrant blue, as you see those blue veins sticking out of their armor and their whatever they're wearing, just kind of sticking out on their veins and everything. As you remember seeing very similar creatures in a cave when you guys landed on Franklin's, way back when you first became a team. before you are kind of jutted out of the mind. I need a wisdom saving throw from seeing that massacre in person.
Wisdom saving throw of 14.
14. Okay. You have a very small panic attack. You're kind of hyperventilating a little bit. Thanks to your spell, you're still staying aloft, but you're starting to sweat a little bit as you're just like, just trying to get that image out as you saw it firsthand. You saw it through his eyes slaughtering people and dragging bodies on this ship. This is very traumatic to you. Now, when they're dominated, or when you do the mind meld, are they aware that they were mind melded? You have not used that feature in forever, so I do not remember.
It does not specify. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay. You know
The
what?
creature is unwilling, it must make a save. If it fails, you can successfully begin the mind meld, initially learn the surface thoughts of the creatures. What is most on its mind in the moment, if you choose a creature that has intelligence of 3 or lower, the creature is unaffected. If you have an active mind meld, you can attempt to probe deeper. If you do, you gain insight into its reasoning and its emotional state, and if something looms large in its mind. Alternatively, you may use your action to direct questions at the target and creature to shape the course of its thoughts. It lasts for 1 minute. It can make repeat saves. When a successful save, the mind meld ends. Mind meld also ends if you attempt to mind meld another creature.
Oh, it can make saves.
Yeah. And
Nope.
it's farther from
Okay.
you. You also end the meld as a free action on your turn. You may use the mind meld as a number of times equal to long rest equal to your wisdom modifier. So
You know what? Let me switch over to that.
it doesn't specify.
It doesn't. Interesting. Okay.
I don't know if you can slip in unnoticed.
Yeah, especially if it's unwilling, because, I mean...
Yeah. They can make a save if you're unwilling, so it makes me feel like they can notice you. Because they do specify a willing versus unwilling.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna quickly just search real quick. Just really quick.
I'm just gonna double check the make sure it hasn't updated since the last time I took a copy of this too. Maybe they've changed it.
Yeah.
So they patched the game recently, I think, too.
They
right?
shrank the distance on it since I copied it.
There you go.
Let's see here.
Yeah, no, it
oh
still
my
doesn't specify
God.
in it.
Yeah, it doesn't. I love how most of the things are like, mind meld doesn't mean you're mating, right? No, it doesn't. It does.
No, you can do it. Just
Everyone's like, it doesn't mean that you're having an intimate No, that's not. No.
Well, you can, but it doesn't
That's
mean
just.
that.
It's just how they do it when it's intimate is like a whole different level for the mind melding just in general is not. Yeah, it's now it's saying mind melding is just sex for Asari. Yes, but not always. It's context. I think here we go. Stop saying mind meld is banging. Stop it, all of you.
I mean,
Oh God.
But it also
the
isn't.
old one brings hell.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't even say.
I feel like it's reasonable to say that they might be able to know. I don't know, because maybe with the poor wisdom save, they don't notice, and that's why you
I
get it.
feel
don't know.
like if it's an unwilling target, they would know something's tickling their brain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say as of right now, I'm gonna ask them in the GM chat about that. But I would say if someone's tickling your brain and you didn't give someone permission, no consent, I would say they'd be aware. So once you come out of it, you're still hovering 15 feet above it. So, you know what? Let me see if it notices you. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Are they the trolls? Are they the trolls?
It's, yeah, these are the fucking trolls. Yeah,
My puppet show's just too good.
your puppet show is too good.
Right.
It's definitely, it immediately, as soon as the eyes turn back to normal, like the black just goes back and turns back into its normal eyes, it immediately picks up its gun and starts in a panic, kind of looking around to see what the hell just happened. As it's just like, as I need stealth rolls from everyone except Omen.
Sorry, not sorry. Need information.
Okay, you got information.
That was my plan too, is I had a means to get information and other things from it.
Yours was just more aggressive.
You still can. You still can.
Well, I can't if we go into combat.
Sure. Okay.
What is Acilia's? Let me see here.
I have her character sheet if you want me to do it.
I'm rolling for her, so it's okay. Thank you, though.
I mean,
Okay.
I can pull up the information.
Actually, her stealth is pretty darn good. Okay. All right. So I will go in order. Jamar, what did you roll?
Muted.
16.
16. Okay. Riley.
16.
Oh wow. Okay. Athelia got an 18. No, 19. Acilia, not Athelia. God damn it, Athelia. I blame Vox.
I also got a 16.
Okay.
Number of the night.
All right, Brockus.
18.
Jesus Christ. Okay. That is so funny. He rolled a 14, so y'all are good. As it definitely has a moment, Brockus, you can hear it kind of like as it's kind of shuffling. Of course, since you didn't see anything, you know something happened as it's kind of looking around. Before there's a long pause, and it kind of just growls between its teeth. As it still has his gun up now, but now he's definitely on higher alert before he turns his attention back to the puppet and goes, "Did you see what that was? What was it? Hello? What are you doing, dummy?" As it's now going to stomp over because now it's impatient. As, you know what? It came from that side, so yeah, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to climb up over here. I would say even before it turns that corner, if nothing else, Jamar, you would see that shadow approaching, and of course, Brockus, you can hear it, is now approaching the side Jamar's on.
He's gonna look over at Jamar and just like with his like one hand just do this, like stay down. And what he's gonna do is when it gets to there, he's gonna startle this thing.
Okay.
He's gonna like turn turn the body just so he could just see like the messed up portion of it, how it's been blasted. And he's gonna let out a battle cry as he comes flying over the edge on top of this thing, going to like pin it to the ground.
Okay. So you kind of show the puppet and then launch yourself?
Yeah, it's like show the puppet so he can see the battle damage. He lets the puppet go, and as the puppet is falling down, he leaps out from behind it like Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare, goes flying at the thing.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics roll. As, of course, being on high alert, this Vorcha kind of screams and shoots, hitting the dead body, so does nothing, as it kind of startled him. as you kind of launch. Oh God, what's that smile? What'd you get?
Natural 20 for 29.
Christ. That's like the third or fourth one tonight. I love it.
Oh, and you are heavy. You know what? I would say with your athletics roll, you are able to do it in such a way where you're not completely crushing
cut out
this guy's.
completely.
Oh, sorry.
You,
I think it's my
Word.
I keep saying heater. It's not my heater.
AC.
It's my
Your
AC
AC.
unit because it's like right there. So I'm like, hello guys. So you're trying to startle him, right? Not kill him.
pretty much I'm just flying over, I'm grabbing him, I'm just like pinning him down to the ground.
Okay, I would say with a 29, you have enough finesse in your large Krogan body that you don't try to sever his spine, and you leap in a way to where you completely pin him. You're on top of him, you are heavy, caught him completely off guard with this puppet, and have him just nailed to the floor right now.
Like, as I got him down, the gun is gonna come out and just jammed into his mouth.
Like, ah!
Yeah, because like he's probably gonna be like doing that, and he just takes the gun just into his mouth. He's like, "No more sounds, or your head becomes my silencer."
It's trying to talk, but it's not doing a great job. It's mostly growls. It's not even like it's trying to have a communication. It's more of just angry, frustrated growls coming out from it. I would say at this point, Acelia does kind of come out, and she's around the corner now, and she has her gun trained on the other Vorcha. Not knowing what happened, but she just has it trained because she's confused. She's like, this thing has not moved. So she is not going to jump the gun, as it were, and just have her gun trained on this other Vorcha while you have the other one pinned. Is anyone else going to do anything?
Seeing that, Athelia, between gaps of breath as she's trying to calm herself down enough to not just melt down, she'll be like,
Right.
That one I have control. It's not going to do anything.
Acelia kind of looks at you, and she's like, are you sure?
Yeah, I have it under my control.
Are you all right? You look worse for wear.
I'm fine.
You see, she's very suspicious, but she'll drop it.
It's also said very much more harsh than Athelia ever normally says that.
Yeah. Riley and Jamar, what do you guys do? Jamar, you kind of saw all this happen, so you had a front row seat.
It was spectacular, amazing, and I won't do it.
And Riley?
If I
I am going to move slightly out, but just not do anything else.
Okay. And then, real quick, Omen, are you still staying stationary, or are you going to Transformers pop back up?
Well, considering, one of them is pinned and, she verbally said that this thing is subdued, we will pop back up. We'll Transformers back up here.
Okay.
And,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Brockus, I did get some info out of that one. It's under orders.
From what?
Armored Vorcha. They have the veiny guys, too. The dead ones.
Like, the zombies?
Yeah. Those are here, too.
Like, like looking down at the one that he's got the gun in his mouth. We are going to play a simple game. I'm going to take the gun out of it. I'm going to ask you a question. If you don't give me an answer I like, I am going to gut you and wear you as an armor adornment. Do we understand? Simple nod will do.
Just glares at you.
As he like pushes the gun just like a little deeper into his throat. I said
Like-
nod.
Give me an intimidation roll.
Okay, that's not a nat 20. So that's a 24.
Still good. As you see its eyes go wide, but they're very stubborn, but it will nod.
Good. And he's gonna just slowly take the gun out of its mouth. Just enough to give it room to talk. So
Okay.
it's like probably scraping its teeth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why are you here?
It hesitates for a moment before you see him kind of like assessing the room, though he can't see much because of course he's pinned. As he looks back up at you and says, "Finding something."
What is this something?
I don't know. I follow orders.
Who gives you?
Our chief. One in charge.
Chief. And what is this chief's name?
Doesn't answer.
Kind of like scrapes the gun a little bit on the teeth.
Give me another intimidation roll.
19.
19. Okay. Its eyes go wide again as you see it hesitating heavily before it hears the scraping of the metal on its teeth again. And it's like, Yizrak! Yizrak!
Where are the Asari? Where are the prisoners?
Which ones? Many
All of
Asari. Many Asari on ship.
They're still trying to find the survivors.
Do they have prisoners?
Many prisoners.
Where?
All over. Near front of ship. Top deck.
Does
How
that
are
match
you-
up with what I was seeing?
You would guess, because again, you don't know what the layout of the
Yeah.
ship is. But you'd probably guess they're probably telling the truth.
It matches what I saw.
How are you moving around the ship?
Using our own special keys.
Where is it?
It's pinned down, but you see it trying to move its arm and it can't.
Use your words.
In armor.
More look at the other Vorcha that I have control over and be like, give me the key.
It turns around. Quick question, can it make saves or anything like that?
Not until it takes damage!
Okay, good to know. Okay, so it turns
It's
around.
a bullshit spell.
And you see that these Vorcha, you notice they have like the straps across their chest where they've got like the bullet casings and or the cartridges and everything lined up. Some of them have pockets on them. As you see it kind of pop one of the pockets and pulls out what looks like a little chip and hands it over to you.
Does this work outside of the...
Oh, you cut off at the end there. What was that?
Sorry. Does this work outside of the armor?
It works everywhere. Smart hack. Get around. No alerts.
And all of you have it?
Not all. Some dumb. Stay in an area.
What about the meat suit over
He tries to look, and the way you have him pinned, he can't see what you're referring to.
the one you shot?
I don't know.
But you have it.
Yes.
What are these dead things? Who are giving them to you?
I don't know. Gifts. Gifts to Chief.
You don't know who gave the gifts?
No. Use
How
for
many
fodder.
patrols?
Helps us.
How many patrols are there?
I don't know. Lots of numbers.
Brockus, ask him how he tells which one that they're supposed to keep alive and which ones they can kill.
You heard the lady. How do you identify your targets?
We try to keep all if possible. Lower ranks, not as important.
Why are you piling them up in a pile?
Dead body pile? Or people
Yes.
pile?
Why are you gathering the dead into a pile?
Oh no, what you saw was they were gathering people in a room and they were piling them into a room.
Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought they were piling
Yeah.
up the dead bodies and then
No,
separating
no.
the people that were alive. My
Poor
bad.
choice of words. They were shoving everyone into a room. Poor choice of words for piling, but yeah, they were pushing everyone into a room.
Okay. Never mind. Take that back. I thought that-
No, basically trying to keep everyone in one area.
Okay. I thought they were
My
collecting
poor
dead
choice of
bodies,
words.
but my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, those were the survivors. Those are the ones they were just kind of rounding up.
How many more survivors are there that's not in the room that you haven't captured?
I don't have numbers. Others have numbers. I just know there's more. Some are not accounted for. We find.
And what are you gonna do if I let you? As Brockus just has like a very telling grin on his face.
You still have the pistol in its mouth? Or the shotgun in its
Like
mouth?
right at his teeth.
He was just like, I run away and leave you alone.
As he shoves the gun in, he shoves the barrel back into his mouth. As like the moment he opens his mouth, he doesn't even let him talk. He just shoves it back into his mouth. He was just waiting for a wide enough gap for it.
It's just like, kind of making little panicky growls.
Right?
Hey, dropping through
That's
the force.
And being
Right.
surrounded by all these people, I'd be panicking,
That-
growling too.
That's a hole, right?
It is.
Hmm.
Oh, are you guys gonna finally shoot something out of a hole? Just not
He's
the way
gonna
you guys
he's
planned?
gonna very aggressively grab this thing around its neck. And he's gonna
Okay.
just like slowly pull it up with the gun still in its mouth.
He's gonna try to fight you. Now that he
I would
has
assume
some
so.
movement. Okay. So this is gonna be a contested roll. This will actually be a contested grapple roll. So my strength and
roll?
your
Athletics?
yeah, athletics.
$26.
I just need to swap out my dice. Just ass. No
I
matter
mean,
what
to be fair,
D20 I use.
To be fair, they're Vorcha. They're not really that great anyway.
No, but their strength is decent. Doesn't help though if I keep rolling below a 10. So yeah, you win. As it's trying to squirm in your grasp, but you don't even flinch. You're just like, oh, that's cute. It's like holding a chihuahua. You're just like, no, nothing. All right.
He's gonna just like walk it up over to the hole.
He's definitely panicking.
Let me go.
And
Let me go. I run away. Leave you alone.
drop your key. At my feet, not in the hole.
Okay. That's funny. Okay. So he takes his key, as he pulls it out of the pouch, kind of similar to the other Vorcha, and extends it so he can drop it at your feet, and flings it out the hole.
Rockus just shakes his head. Now you're gonna have to go get it. And he's just gonna Sparta kick him into the hole.
Just, you know what? Make a strength or athletics check. I just want to see how far you yeet this badass.
19.
19. Okay, yeah. You Sparta kick him into the hole as he immediately screams. He's like, ah! But as soon as he gets on the other side of the barrier, you see him starting to suffocate. He's not wearing a helmet. As very quickly you see his body start to ice over as his head pops. 'Cause that's what happens in space.
This one too,
As
Brockus.
now-
I'll make the other one walk to in front of Brockus.
Oh, God. Okay. The other one walks over towards you, Brockus. Very obedient.
As he walks over, I'm like, okay, this has to be funny as hell. On my go, drop whatever you're doing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. Okay.
And Brock is just like puts his shotgun away, just cracks his knuckles,
Okay.
and just like grabs it by the shirt or just by the collar right here. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, go.
Or drop concentration. Let it come back to its senses.
And
Okay.
as soon as it comes back to his senses, he just goes boom, and he punches it in the face and just lets it go forward
Are you punching him into the hole?
into the hole.
Okay. Make another strength. As this thing is dazed, it's like, wait, what?
18.
18?
18. Look, he's got a 9 in athletics. Okay.
So this thing doesn't even know what happens, as he's still kind of like blinking, like, where the fuck did I just go? And while he was shaking his head, freaking punched in the face as he lets out that high-pitched scream that Vorcha make, as, yeah, you punch him right into the hole, doesn't even know what happens. As the same exact thing happens as you see the body start to frost over before its face just turns white and the head pops, as now you have two bodies starting to float out there. Damn. Damn. Can I just say, because of that teamwork, you both get inspiration. Because you finally did the thing you guys said you've always wanted to do.
We stay
And though it's not quite out of the airlock, close enough.
Hey, we have an airlock at home.
That's true. It's a temporary airlock. Makeshift airlock.
Brock's is gonna go over, pick up the other body, sling it back over his armor.
Oh God.
Good job,
God
team.
damn it.
For a hand Brockus that key chit that we got. Since he tends to go first.
All right.
Okay.
As he holds it up, anyone see one of these? Grab it. As he then hands it to Jamar. All axes pass.
Ooh.
As you do see what looks
Multi-pass?
like it looks like a little it almost mimics like a computer chip. Sort of. Like it's small, you definitely see it's got like an intricate design on it. Very fragile piece. But you do see what looks like a piece of like what looks like forest green paint kind of like smeared on one end to indicate that this is a like all access key. Or a Vorcha key, I should say.
A Vorcha key.
A Vorcha key. Vorcha!
I'm not like this, but they are far too old.
Yeah, normally
The chief?
Vorcha are... Aren't they supposed to be disorganized and cannon foddery?
The ones I fought, yeah.
They've come in here with a plan, following orders.
God.
This is
must
not
have taken
something they
hundreds of
organized.
them to come up with one whole plan.
Or someone gave it to them.
And they have zombies.
Zombies.
Who gave Vorcha zombies? As
Someone with poor
tribute.
life choices.
Whoever made them. I only knows 3 races though. Don't know why it's not more. Maybe that's all they've experimented on, or maybe there's something about those races that makes it easier to get them there.
What 3?
Human, Asari, and Turian.
So what we've faced before.
Well, the one in the caves was Turian. The human and the Asari are new. Don't know how much of their biotic capabilities they keep as well.
But we fought some sort of zombie Asari when rescuing you.
Ah,
So that could have been something completely different.
For that was completely different.
Yeah. Look, Raucus is still trying to learn what a zombie is.
That's fair. I was just letting you know that there was none of the blue veins or anything. It was entirely different.
All right, so prisoners are at the front of the ship, they said. Many.
shoved him in a room.
With the way Vorcha count, that can be anywhere from, 1 to 200.
Could I guesstimate how many were in the room when his last memory of it?
Are you talking about prisoners or Vorcha?
The prisoners.
Prisoners? You know what? Give me a perception check. Or, not perception. History or intelligence check. To see if you can recall.
It's gonna be a 15 history.
15? It was a pretty large number of people. You couldn't quite pinpoint an exact number, but there was a crowd, as this room was very large. But you also don't have like an itinerary or anything, or a manifesto of like how many people are on board. So you don't know if that is a good chunk of the crew. You don't know if that's just like 1/8 of the crew. You have no idea, but it was a pretty large amount of people.
There was a lot of them. There was a lot.
From has there been enough discussion out loud about these zombies and the veins and everything that Riley would have heard some of this discussion?
I mean, I didn't call them zombies. I call them blue-veined things.
Yeah, you're all
Dead.
really close to each other. You all are talking, so you're overhearing this conversation. You just have no idea what they're talking about.
Okay. Because of her proficiency background in science, could she do a science roll to see if she has any idea what would do this to someone or a creature that would give them this appearance with the blue veins?
I'll tell you right now, you don't even have to roll, because I can tell you right now that this is nothing you've never heard of before. When you hear Brockus say zombies, I mean, you're a human with horror films. You know what zombies are. But as far as like what they're describing is nothing you've ever heard of before, nor would you have.
Okay. Thanks.
This is completely foreign to you.
All right, well, we got a key that will get us into pretty much anywhere on the ship undetected. And we know the prisoners are up at the front.
Do we know how to
Maybe-
navigate to the front, though?
Kind of look around.
start with the direction they came.
It is a start.
Trial and error.
Get a vague sense of the last of the memories I went through of whether he was coming back from the group or was he on a separate patrol before he came here?
The flashes can't pinpoint an exact time frame, so you're not 100% sure.
That's why it's worth an ask.
Yeah, no, understandable. Yeah, you just kind of got flashes of events that were mostly in order, but you don't know if it was like to and from a certain place.
Okay.
Omen, since you are back up, I
Yes.
take it you joined everyone else at this point?
Probably, yes.
Okay, are you doing anything?
No, but as the humans start blabbing back and forth, well, the meat bags
Wow.
start blabbing back and
Wow.
forth about stuff that does not really concern us. I'd
Organics?
like to. Yeah, the Organics are talking about the stuff that don't really concern us. We'd like to start looking around a little bit, actually, and so the first thing I'd like to do is check through the what's it called? I wish I could English better. Through the door into the hallway, the next room, should I say, and see what's in there.
The one from the door that you guys opened earlier?
Correct.
Okay. Well, like I mentioned before, you go in and you see two hallways, two paths that go in different directions, and you do see a door.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll walk into the hallway and see what happens.
Okay. Nothing.
Good.
You're in a hallway.
If we look at the door, what's up with the door?
It's a closed door.
Nice, my favorite kind. If we approach the door, does the door open?
It does.
Nice. What's in the room?
A toilet. You found the bathroom.
We will enter the bathroom
Okay. It is quite small. It's only about
and close the door.
10 feet. Close the door? Okay. Yeah, the door
Yep,
which
and
is
close the
behind
door
you.
behind us. That's it. Yep, that's it.
you're in
Okay,
the bathroom.
moving on. Yep.
Okay.
We got this in the bathroom.
You know what? Give me a perception check. Or actually, what's everyone's passive?
Passive?
Aside from Omen.
Oh, you're talking to everybody else.
Aside from Omen, yeah.
12.
13.
16.
Riley, what's your passive?
Well, I rolled, passive perception, a 17.
17? Okay,
Celia's
so
a 14.
Brockus and Riley, you would have noticed Omen just walking through. You guys hear like a door opening and closing. Just nothing. You just saw him kind of disappear from your guys' view, a door opening, and that's it.
You okay there, big guy?
I mean, I'm all the way like 2 rooms further on the other side end of that.
You're not that far
getting-
in.
All right. Well, I mean.
I mean,
you're
you
not
can
getting
hear
much
them,
of
but
an
it's
answer.
muffled. It's muffled.
Yeah, you're not getting much of an answer then.
Like a annoyed owner of a pet. Rockus is gonna like make his way over there and he's just gonna like knock on the door.
Yes,
We
yeah,
did
that's the
not
only
lock
door.
the door, namely, so if you approach it, it is opening.
It does open, yeah. It's one of those, like, once you get within a certain range, it opens on itself. It has a lock on the inside. Because, bathroom.
And as it opens, Rockus is gonna like get like a even more confused look on his face. You good?
I'm assuming this is a fairly futuristic toilet, correct?
Yes, it has a bidet and everything. Automatic flusher, all that good stuff.
Considering this is the future and all that, I would have assumed yes.
Yes.
You will open the door to see Omen attempting to hack the toilet.
Omen, what are you doing?
Unknown device detected.
It's a toilet.
Unknown device detected.
It's more organics expel waste.
On that note, he will just stand up and exit the bathroom.
Which is funny because I was like, you've seen them on the ship, but I guess if you don't poop, you don't go near them. So
We had not gone into the bathroom on the ship.
yeah. So
The
I mean,
area.
yeah. Unless he
We're
accidentally.
not really allowed to wander too much on the ship because we give people heart attacks. Remember?
That's true. That is true. Although to be fair, you've probably seen one in Jamar's room. Since you hang out in there, he has to poop.
Been much around Jamar's room. We've been in
His
the
workshop
labs,
would have one. His workshop would
Well,
have a
if
toilet.
there's an exposed
Workshop.
toilet in the workshop, I've got fucking questions.
It's just in the middle of the room.
Like,
Not
I'm just saying,
exposed, it's in
Jamar,
its
I have
own
questions,
room.
homie.
It's in its own room. I'm sure you would
No,
have
it's in the dead
explored.
center now.
My
Except nothing
God.
else.
Oh lordy.
I need
All
our own
right.
size of a storage closet.
What's everyone
Well,
else
you-
doing?
Do you think the Solarian has time to go all the way to the bathroom? No, just put the shitter in the room.
No, he has a catheter. He doesn't have time.
Oh God Almighty, no.
Tell me I'm wrong. A Solarian so would have one. They have 50
I mean,
years.
I'm
They don't
not-
got time to literally shit, okay?
Jamara, that's on you, bro.
No, it's in the bag.
Raven's over here like, I have regrets.
Right?
I have questions. I'm not sure I want answers.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
what
we
is
got our
everyone else
mission
doing?
now. We need to make our way to the front of the ship to find the survivors. Any more of these things? Let's try to be silent if we're gonna kill them, but you know, have fun.
Have fun.
You're right.
Okay. Where do you guys go?
I think we're just like making our way through the ship, trying to find a way to the front.
Yeah, we're probably gonna continue going.
Okay. So do you go down the bigger hallway or the smaller hallway?
I mean,
Pretend you don't see all this shit you see on the map. You don't know where you're going.
I was
We
gonna say,
decided
I
to
mean,
follow-
we're a guess.
Yes.
More than likely, we are probably going to take the bigger hallway.
Okay.
Geth do not infiltrate, remember?
Okay. You don't have to move your tokens because I've added doors in my brain because not all these places have doors. So.
Isn't there a Geth like type called an infiltrator?
No. You're talking about, there is a Geth body, yes, that definitely is made more for as a stealth platform, but it is not, I don't believe it's called an infiltrator. I think infiltrator is a class.
It's a class, yes, but yeah, you're talking about the ones that are like super speedy and hard to fucking
You're talking
shoot.
about the hoppers that stick to the walls and ceilings and have a stealth
Yeah.
generator on them. Yes.
I just thought there was one that was called an infiltrator.
Hopper, Juggernaut, and Trooper.
There's
Yeah.
one called a hunter, but not infiltrator.
Well, but there's no.
That's what I'm
infiltrator.
probably thinking of.
Yeah, the hunter. Funny enough, they look exactly like the regular Geth, but they have an actual stealth mode on them.
Hoppers also are proficient.
Hoppers
in
are the
stealth.
skinny one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate going up against hoppers. They're slippery little
they're
assholes.
annoying as balls. Pardon
They're
my language.
annoying as balls. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I digress though. So yeah. So with Brockus and I almost said Geth. Omen. The Geth has a name,
Yes.
right? Omen.
Yes,
Are
we are Geth.
in the hallway, continuing to walk. What are the rest of you doing?
We talked about. I think we're waiting for Brockus because we talked about going, backtracking from where the Vortrek came from, and didn't they come from over here?
So they came in through the doors that you guys had opened already.
Oh, that we already opened. Okay.
Yes. You haven't tried the other door yet. You've just gone through the door that was already open.
So as
Way to
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, wait a beat to see if Brockus comes back out of wherever he was going to retrieve Omen from.
Okay. You
I think
probably
he's gonna
hear
like
them.
come back. Yeah, I think he's gonna come back, like just poke his head out the door and just kind of like motion for everybody to follow.
Okay.
And as he's going through, like as we're going through the halls, every now and then again, he's gonna make like a soft, almost like bird-like chirp that he sends out, hoping to hear some sort of reply from the other two that are on the ship, like letting them know where they're at. He's pretty much just trying to call out to his kids.
Okay. Go ahead and make a percentile roll real quick.
That's not good. 21.
21. Okay. All right. I take it you're taking the lead, Brockus.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you continuing to follow the like bloody footprints? Are you doing anything in particular to try to make your way to the front, or are you just kind of hitting every single
Yeah.
room?
I think at this point in time, I think he's gonna like begin to get into that mode to where it's, at least peek into a room, because they don't know where the survivor's at, and front of the ship can mean anything. Like he doesn't necessarily know where front of the ship is, so he wants to make sure that he's not bypassing any rooms that may have wall-to-wall survivors.
Okay, so you're checking the rooms regardless if they're locked or not.
If they're locked, Jamar has the key and able to open them.
Okay. Oh, so Jamar has the chip.
Jamar has the chip.
Multi-pass?
Yeah.
Okay. Multi-pass? Okay. And then out of curiosity, are you guys kind of moving quietly, or are you guys kind of just going normal pace or rushing? What's the pace you guys are
Rock
setting?
is
Can we
being
move
quiet.
quietly?
Rockus is
Like-
trying to be as quiet as a dormouse.
Okay.
Is the dormouse driving a tank?
Nope.
He
Walking
knows how
next to a tank.
he knows how to be quiet.
Well,
I think he
here's
was
the
referring
thing.
to Omen.
I'm gonna need stealth checks from everyone. If I remember correctly, depending on the armor, I don't know if Brockus and Omen need to do it with disadvantage or just Omen. I don't know what your armors are to give you disadvantage, but I need stealth rolls.
I have medium armor. I don't know if that causes disadvantage.
I don't know what the medium
I don't think
armor. What's the armor type do you have?
The armor type that I have is the basic stock medium armor.
How do you still not have any other armor?
Look, we got him into medium armor.
Because-
That was
Because when we go back to the Citadel, Raucus has a kid to look out.
I
Raucus
thought we
doesn't go
got you
shopping.
armor.
I have armor mods for the base armor.
Maybe that's
I
what we
have
did.
Which can
and I've got
transfer.
I've got the Iron Man repulsor gauntlet, but I don't have anything higher than stock medium armor.
Oh.
I need to look into
my
that.
God.
And with that, I still have a 17 or 18 armor class if I've got the riot shield.
Okay. Okay.
Strength disadvantage happens when you have 3 or more pieces of medium armor.
And
yeah, I was-
If you
just one
have
piece.
you have your arms, chest, and legs. That would be
Would
2
that-
pieces.
Would that count for the stock?
Stock is, my understanding, like a bodysuit.
Stock is more like a bodysuit, yeah.
So would that be considered all 3 pieces, or would that be considered 1 piece?
It's considered one piece.
Okay.
Yeah, body armor is technically one piece.
Okay. So you do
Anything
not have
that doesn't say,
disadvantage by armor.
because there's light armor, and then there's light armor bodysuits, and bodysuits is one piece. Now, does it come technically with a chest piece, legs, and arms? Yes, but it's considered one piece if it's like a bodysuit. So yeah,
And
I would
any
say
heavy armor gets the
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yeah. So Omen, you're the only one that wears heavy armor, right?
Correct. I am the non-stealthy robot.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, makes sense. Okay. So yeah,
Oh, it
I
says-
just need.
Fuck! I just read the bottom of this table. It says body armor is considered 3 pieces.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the games, it's one piece.
Well, it's 1 piece, but the point of 3 pieces is meaning you have the arms, the chest, and the legs, and a
So
body armor
3
has all 3 of those.
So 3 pieces of medium armor is disadvantage. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, good to
Sorry.
know. No, that's good to know. That's I just pulled up the page, so I just
Yeah,
You got
I
there
just sent you
before
a
me.
snip of it.
Oh, you know what's funny? It does not say what armor Celia's wearing. I'm pretty sure it's medium armor. I'm almost
Medium.
positive it's medium armor. Oh, gladiator body armor. Interesting. Well, it's 3 pieces, but what's the gladiator body armor? Why don't you have notes on here? Let's see here. Well, let's go back here real quick. I can easily look that up because I have it right here. That is
Heavy.
Heavy armor. Jesus Christ. Okay, so she's rolling with disadvantage. I already have her character sheet up, so let's give it a roll.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration for this to get rid of the disadvantage.
Okay, yeah.
Good use, good use.
Wow. Apparently the Vorcha can just fuck all, but when I'm Acelia, I rolled with disadvantage. I rolled a 17 and an 18.
Because the dice don't like Vorcha, they're the trolls.
No, they don't.
I got a
The dice are
13.
telling the story.
You got
I
a
got a
13?
13.
Okay, Athelia.
14.
21 for Acelia. Riley?
I was just double checking. I think Liberator armor is light armor. So
Light armor.
It is light armor, correct.
Because that's what I was rolling.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't have disadvantage.
So that's 11.
11? Oh, you guys are rolling low. Oh, goodness. Jamar?
19.
19? Omen?
It was sad because originally it was a nat 20 and then, disadvantage did its thing. Which now puts us at... Where's my stealth on this thing? Which now puts us at a 12. No, sorry. No. That's a 13 plus 1. That is a 14. That's still garbage.
Okay, so from what you guys are telling me, Jamar and Acelia rolled pretty high by comparison. Okay. All right, you guys think you're pretty stealthy?
It's kind of hard to stealth when you're trying to keep yourself from having a panic attack.
Yeah, you've got a mouth breather over here going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a mouth breather.
Okay. Well, you guys think you're pretty stealthy. Jamar and Acelia definitely are treading much more quietly. Definitely helps out since Jamar, you have the chip to work with. So as you guys are making your way over, you guys notice fairly quickly that with how massive this ship is, and you guys easily saw it outside, like the rows of windows and everything, there's a lot of layers to this ship. Obviously coming from the bottom, you guys can put 2 and 2 together that you guys are at the very bottom of the ship. In the back of the ship, at the bottom of the ship. So you guys walk for a while, trying to find your way to at least ascend upwards. However, when you get pretty close to what you feel is like the front area of this bottom part of the ship, out of all the doors for you guys to look into, there is one door that will not open with this chip.
Well, now that just makes me want to go in more.
Right. This unit is ready to breach.
Okay. What do you guys do?
Brockus is gonna look over to Jamar. You want to do your thing? You're muted.
We want in? Okay.
And in we go.
We will
You
provide
said
help. as
the
usual.
ship will not work on this one.
The chip does not. It's actually
Okay.
funny because usually there's a very audible, like soft beep. And you being technologically sound, you know that that's kind of usually like a confirmation click saying that it was, like confirmed so doors can open and stuff like that. So you hear a click, but it sounds like it's not taking it. You don't hear a negative click like it's access is denied or anything like that, but you don't hear access confirmation. So someone specifically messed with this one.
Okay, well, I want in, so
Okay.
in.
Okay. So you are going to attempt to hack the door. Or are you going to try to rewire it?
Yeah, I want to try to just override the whole problem and just manual open the door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me 8 electronics.
Gotta love when your rolls are an 18 and a 17.
Jesus
God.
Christ.
So that comes in at a
32.
Jesus Christ!
What
In.
door?
What?
What door?
Okay. Yeah.
I thought the chip worked from the first try from all that.
Yeah, Jesus
Man,
Christ.
the-
Okay. So yeah, you are able to with some finesse, with your very talented hands, you are able to manually adjust the door to where now, kind of like what you did the first time, you would need to manually lift the door up. As you notice that this is a very thick door by comparison. Definitely much more fortified, I guess, if you will.
Well, if it's physically opened, I'm gonna look to Brock's Noman. All yours. Have fun.
Yeah, in we go.
Wait, you said that we have to physically open this door?
Kind of like the first door where he messed with the wiring, so you don't click. He didn't touch the panel or anything. He messed with the
Okay.
wiring on the door itself, so you would just lift up the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, all the locking mechanisms, no work. Just
Yeah.
lift the door.
Because if you mess with the
Okay.
panel, there was a chance that you could have been alerted, or alert anyone on board. So that's
Does
why
it look
he
like-
did it through the wiring.
Does it look like this door is pretty heavy?
It does, yes. It's very, it's much thicker, so you feel like whatever this room is was meant to be more heavily fortified.
Just gonna like look over at Omen. All right, let's lift.
I will not go affirmative.
It's gonna be very awkward if you guys do it, because again, the door usually fits one person, so you guys would have to kind of like awkwardly lift it up.
Oh, okay. So
It's one of those
this
weird
is a
awkward
one-
doors.
this is a one-person job.
Yeah, pretty
what you're
much.
saying? Okay.
Yeah. It would just be really awkward otherwise, and you guys want to get your full strength. So I'll let you guys decide which one you want to lift. Who wants to
Might
lift,
help our
bro?
lift by just trying to use the lift cantrip. It doesn't lift very heavy, but it might be able to help them like a little bit.
I would say it would lower the DC a little bit, yeah.
All right.
But the lift
I'll hit
definitely
it with
doesn't
a-
lift heavy objects, so it would. at
No,
least
no, they still
help.
need to muscle it.
Yeah, they would have to muscle
Just
it.
gonna take some of
So-
the weight
Alright.
from them.
So Brockus or Omen?
I think Brockus has the higher strength, right?
Yeah, I'm only running a 17 on the strength.
Yeah, Brockus has a 20.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
all yours.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yep, so Brockus
Do you lift, bro?
is gonna.
Would
No, he
my
just eats a
using-
lot of protein.
Would Would my using the
That
lift
too.
cantrip as well lower the DC further?
No, because it kind of still has the similar kind of strength
Effect.
limit effect. Yeah, so, I mean, you could just to feel helpful, but it wouldn't adjust the DC in any sense. But you can
just trying
participate.
to
I won't
take
deny you that. As you see both, like, your wizards going like, "Ugh."
Just trying to help.
We
with the
got
weight
you!
slightly.
With that exact noise.
No. No, one's doing that and the other one's going.
It's too heavy.
Because she's a fucking mouth breather through this entire job.
Okay. I rolled a nat 16 for a 21.
Damn, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's very heavy, but you're able to like lift with your legs as you're just like, "Hurrah!" As again, this thing is it's wide and thick as unlike the first door where you just kind of easily went kind of up, this one you're gonna have to kind of pull up. As this is happening, can I get a dexterity saving throw from you, Brockus?
Okay, I don't want to put myself at a disadvantage here, but would I have disadvantage because I'm lifting and I'm kind of stationary?
You have disadvantage because you don't see this coming.
Yeah, okay.
Like, quite literally, you're like halfway up. You can't even see inside as something's happening.
Well, had good rolls until now. Dex saving throw? That's a
Yes.
nat 1 for a grand total of 3.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's when you should have used your...
And I use. It's not gonna matter.
No,
My
no,
luck is
no one
not a
else will see this.
reroll.
Yeah. Give me a second. I need to... I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this, so I'm gonna kind of...
Neither did I.
Yeah. Yeah, give me just a second while I kind of take a look into this real quick.
What happens if they roll a 1?
Bad shit happens.
Bad shit or bat shit?
Yes. Okay. It's not gonna be too bad. But because you got a nat 1, you'll just take an additional die of damage.
Alrighty.
It's not terrible. So that is 16 points of lightning damage.
Okay, that does lightning damage first destroy shield?
It does. It goes
It
through
doubles
shields.
against your spear.
Or
It goes
doubles,
through
yeah.
shield.
Yeah,
It doubles your
against your
shield.
shield and then goes back down to singular when it hits you. So how much was it?
It's
16.
16.
So it's 32 against your shields. So how much did you have of shields?
Not 32, I can tell you that.
Alright, how much is your shields? So I
10.
can finish mathing. Okay, so that makes 22 divided by 2, so 11 against you. So it wipes out your shield and 11 to you.
So shield instantly gone as you get hit. Out of curiosity, do you drop the door or do you keep hanging on when this happens?
I think it's because of what Brockus is, that whatever hitting him pisses him off and he's just now more intense
Okay.
of like opening the door to like pretty much just rip apart whatever decided to shoot at.
Okay. So I would say with your adrenaline and your previous roll before, you're able to get the rest of the door open. You just got that motivation to lift even faster. As you kind of grab your gun and go inside, as you see laying in the corner, leaned up against the wall, the leg just bleeding out, looks like shit. You see what looks like a person in armor just sitting there with a gun as they're kind of huffing. Before the person kind of like looks at you and tilts their head to the side, and they take off their helmet as you see a very familiar Asari with pale purple skin and blue markings, almost looking like freckles kind of scattered across the side of her face, as you see your daughter Zora looking at you, huffing in pain, going, "Dad?" And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
I knew that's what was gonna happen. Now I have to wait 2 weeks for this.
Longer than that.
Because you all gonna go camping.
I'm
dare
sorry. I'm
How
sorry.
Dare you? My kid has to lay bleeding out on the floor for 4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's been bleeding out for a while from that pool of blood you can see. But, yeah. Yeah. That was fun. I was actually wondering, I was like, are they going to reach her in time? I guess we'll find out. But yeah.
We had to space 2 Vorcha first.
You did. You know what? The way, I'm not gonna lie, she was on a timer, and the way you guys approached, I was just like,
you cut out.
God, son of a bitch. Okay. I already have the mic naturally far away from me because I talk so loud. I don't want to bleed people's ears. But yeah, no, she was on a timer, and I was just like, depending on how they play this, it's like she could be in danger, girl. And I was like, oh shit, no, they're actually okay. No, they're making their way through without any issues. All right. This is good. This is good. Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah. So, thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. This is not our only show we have on this channel. We have several, and it's ever-growing. We do have our longest-running show on Monday nights of Destiny Forge, where we are on our 4th campaign, run by Rojan. And then we have our Tuesday game, which is coming up next Tuesday. It's every other Tuesday. We have our Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim game, a Star Wars 5e conversion game run by Tiltbot. Then we have our 2 alternating Thursday games. We have this game of Mass Effect Horizons running through a Mass Effect 5e conversion game. Alternating Thursdays, we do have our Tricorn Isles game run by Rojan. I almost said Brockus. Run by Rojan. And then we have a lot of games happening on Saturdays, as we do have back-to-back games alternating on both Saturdays. We do have this upcoming Saturday, we have our Withered Waste game run by Rojan, and then later that evening we have our homebrewed tabletop game, superhero game known as V6. And then we have our alternating Saturday game, our temporary game, mini campaign run by Malls, known as The Downfall of Propriety, a kind of 18th century Victorian style murder mystery D&D game. And then we have our newest game on those Saturday nights run by Rojan, our Daggerheart campaign, which we have been extremely excited to run now that it's out. So definitely look forward to all of our shows. If you miss any of them, check them out on YouTube. Otherwise, yeah, we will see you guys this Saturday for a double whammy. And we'll see you guys in, oh God, almost a month before our next episode here. I'm so sorry.
Unacceptable.
That's a month before my next wisdom save, so I'm okay
Look,
with this.
Look, I blame the holiday.
I blame
No,
nature.
you don't.
I blame nature.
We blame Tilt for his birthday.
You know what?
Because we can.
I'm legally obligated to defend my husband now.
Are you?
You know what? Just because you're camping doesn't mean you can't play D&D. You can easily take something to make it a mobile hotspot.
But not in the middle of. We're literally. So here's the thing: when we go camping, we're literally in the middle of the woods. I don't mean like, oh, we're at a campsite, where there's other campers. No, we are literally in the middle of the fucking woods. Maybe there's some other people there. For the most part, we are nowhere near campsites. We are literally in the middle of the woods.
If there is a will, there's a way.
Try harder.
I'm sorry.
Also, why would you do that to yourself? That sounds horrible.
You know what? How about this? I can't guarantee anything, but maybe we'll leave first thing 4th of July morning instead. But I'm not promising anything. So
look, I'm giving you shit. Don't
I know you are.
Vacation and stuff off early.
You don't think I don't want to play? I want to play, but at the same time, I'm like camping. So. You know what? It'll be a nice surprise for y'all if it does work out. If not, I apologize.
What's more important, camping or Daggerheart?
No, no, I'll be back Sunday,
She's
not
still
Saturday.
thinking.
God damn it.
It's like all of a sudden,
can't
like,
answer.
they go to play, like they're on the road driving back, and as soon as they hit civilization, they join the Discord call.
She's
Yeah.
thinking
Oh,
about it. She's thinking about
shit.
it.
That's right. I'm not
Alcohol,
going to be
love.
here for episode 2.
You're not going to be here for
Fucking A.
episode 2.
I'm also entertained by the fact that we're sitting here giving her shit about it, and as soon as she changes her mind, she's, well, maybe I can make more. We're like, no, do your plans. We're just fucking with you.
Look, in my defense, I didn't go camping at all last year, which was really depressing. Long story short, my parents were adding a new room to their house, so all their funds and time were kind of going into that. And I don't want to camp by myself. That's just weird and lonely. So, yeah, so my parents
And
didn't camp at
dangerous.
all. And dangerous, yeah. So I'm just like, well, if they're not camping, I'm not camping. So I didn't camp at all last year, and it hurt me. So, sorry, not sorry.
If life-
we went once.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Not
With
last
kiddo.
year.
Or was that 2
No.
years ago?
She was 2 years old. That was 2 years ago.
So that was 2 years. Jesus, time flies.
That's
Never
not-
mind.
If life has taught me anything, you don't go into a forest or wooded area by yourself at any point in time, because that's when the cryptids get you.
Well, that's what hunters do all the time, but I guess they got weapons, so.
Yeah, Mothman's not gonna want to screw with the guy with a long gun.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna go after the stupid teenager who's trying to record a spooky TikTok.
Jesus,
Pretty
try
much.
it.
Pretty much. It's not that, it's always horny teenagers, too. One or the
This
other.
one's been separated from its herd. And it's
Yeah.
not paying attention.
Kill
It
the
does not
lead
have a
one.
weapon.
It doesn't have
Yeah, it's
Ca-
like- it's like, who is
camera's
it-
not
who
a
is it-
weapon.
Who is he gonna go after? The panicking teenager who got lost, or the redneck with a shotgun?
Very true. Very true. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. Really appreciate it. But we'll see you this Saturday for a double whammy of some D&D all day, or Saturday.
One
until then.
thing I did want to say.
Yes.
I'm making the announcement now for the Halloween game.
Oh.
It will be a special Daggerheart game with custom classes and custom abilities.
Nice.
Exciting.
Oh my god, I have to
Exciting.
pick something else. Oh, okay.
She's been
I'm
tortured
excited.
by that smile on her face.
Please
so-
tell me you'll let us use Warlock for that one.
Oh no. It's
Custom.
not gonna- it's custom stuff like we always do for Halloween.
Oh, the
Like
full
how-
custom class.
Yeah.
Never mind, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Everything's
you know, I'm thinking about going back to like the old like 70s and 80s horror movie cliches, where
nice.
you've got like the jock, the nerd, stuff.
That's
like
how
that.
Candy
Little
came
bit
to
like-
be.
Yeah, that's how
Little
Candy
bit
came.
like
That's
you
how
do every
Candy
year,
came
yeah,
to
yeah.
be. Which is
Well,
funny.
We've seen a lot of Candy stories, so maybe
Which
we need
is-
her successor.
But it's funny because Candy, the two sequels that followed that, the Halloween specials, were technically D&D settings. But
Well, so was the first one.
the first one was not. I think we used the D&D style rules, but it was in a modern day. We broke down in our van. We were all college kids. It was modern day. And we were trying to find a cabin in the woods. I remember it was modern day.
That was 2. That was the second one.
Second
first
one, we were
one-
NPCs in the woods.
The first
There
one,
was
yeah.
NPC in the woods.
It was
The first
we were
one-
NPCs in the woods.
Yeah, the first one you were NPCs, but you know you had the style of like the jock, the cheerleader, stuff like that. But the jock, who was supposed to be HB Fox, but HB Fox couldn't make it, was a night squire. It was like we kind of like did a little mishmash of like 80s horror and D&D.
Either way, that's how Candy came to be.
The only thing I know is Zora was the cheerleader.
Yep.
I wanted to play something different. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
her name was Candace, but she goes by Candy,
Candy.
with an I with a heart.
We know the type. We know the type.
That's the stereotype.
And
Yeah.
now look at her now.
Look at me now.
She's
Yeah.
mentoring
I'm a
poor
powerful
little,
motherfucker. Wendigo.
the poor little insane halfling.
Which if we do get the time quangle stuff, that little halfling may make an appearance.
Ooh. I'm always excited to see what you're doing with her because of the items she left with. I'm always excited to see what you're doing with her.
Look, we're Halloween famous now.
Right.
We're iconic. All right,
I'm looking forward
guys.
to the Christmas stuff.
That too.
Right.
But yeah, you guys have a great night. And we'll see you in 2 weeks to a month for this show. I am so sorry, guys. That is the curse of every other week. So until then,
She's not. No, she's not sorry.
The curse of summer.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
The curse of summer.
How dare us have lives outside of this?
I know, right? Ugh. Till then, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
This is elephant bite.